Be Easy has it all. So visit our website at www.pleasebeeasy.com. That's www.plzbeeasy.com to place your order today. For more info, give us a call at 443-839-4777. Again, that's 443-839-4777. Also, get game by following us on social media and uploading pics so you're rocking your Be More Like Us gear, and we will ensure it's posted to our page. At Mr. Be Easy Forever, Twitter, MRBEZ, the number 4, EVER. And Mr. Be Easy Forever, Instagram, again, at MRBEZ, the number 4, EVER. And at Mr. Be Easy Forever 410, Facebook, at MRBEZ, the number 4, EVER 410. Be Easy Clothing Company, home of the Be More Like Us brand name.
It's the boy wonder straight out of the ATL, bringing you the weekend jump off, giving you the best in Baltimore club, Afrobeat, hip hop, and more every Friday and Saturday, 6 p.m. only on WMEG. Stick with your boy,
Jerusalem.
If you're moving, you should call Focus Movers. We got trucks and crews, call Focus Movers. 443-506-7905. We can handle it. We got skills to cover it all. Pack and load and take away your stress. Anywhere, demand for your relocation. 24/7 services. Get a free quote, don't miss out on this. If you're moving, you should call Focus Movers. We got trucks and crews, call Focus Movers.
Welcome to the Bad Manufacturing, LLC, home of Duke Boys Apparel, the apparel with a message. Deem yourself king or queen, a direct approach to the loose usage of the N-word. We manufacture and heat transfer vinyl, full color vinyl designs, sublimation, and embroidery. Let's build your brand or business. No minimum quantity for customized orders. For more info, give T. Lee a call at 443-675-7722. Again, that's 443-675-7722. Or feel free to stop by our location at 5429 Park Heights Avenue. An official sponsor for Teen Talk, only on WMEG.
The all-new WMEG Radio.
welcome to Birdland!
My next guest is a man that's gonna put together some grooves that'll make you wanna move. Put your hands together for Mr.
King Brody! What's up, y'all? Y'all not gonna believe what's gonna happen today. Today, we got the first of the Hater Series. The Hater Series, y'all seen on social media. Wait a minute, let me do something real quick. Let me tell y'all what this phone number is before I forget it. I'm gonna say it a couple of times. 443, what's the back? 267-6558. Oh, y'all gonna want to come in. Colts fans, I hope y'all come in here. Ravens fans, y'all better come in here.
Colts fans got to pay the call.
Oh, Colts fans, yeah.
25 cents per minute.
They ain't gonna talk that long. They ain't got that much to say. Oh, y'all hear that? Let me introduce to y'all who's coming in here. We have. Now I've known this man for quite a while. He is half of him is fine. He likes the Orioles. So well, kinda. You love the Orioles. Okay, we're in agreement for baseball. We'll talk about that a little bit. But where we have an issue, we have an issue with the NFL. We have an issue with football. He is in Indianapolis. Now you're Baltimore Colts. I give you that too. Okay. He says he's a Colts fan. Oh Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Philip Martin here today. Without a doubt, in fact, you hate the Ravens more than you love the Colts. That's true. I'm not even asking. I'm telling you. I don't know. When I see you okay, I have to ask. You Baltimore Ravens fan? No, I'm sorry, Colts. Baltimore Colts. Baltimore Colts fan. The Colts lead. Who are you rooting for? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
So when they left, we were forced to Redskins and the Steelers. That's why there's so many of those fans in this earth. And the Eagles.
Them. Yes.
So as a kid, I rooted for either Pittsburgh or Washington. But when cable TV arrived, and I could see the horrible Indianapolis Colts, because they were horrible. I didn't just jump on the bandwagon with Peyton. I'm a Jeff George 1 in 15 Colt fan. I'm a Chris Hinton. The anger that Baltimoreans have should be toward the mayor of this city and the dumb blue laws that push the Colts away, man.
Wait. The Colts left. You're saying, I want to make sure, because Baltimore people are old enough. He said we should be mad at who again?
The mayor of this town and the dumb blue laws. These are the factors why the Colts left. And John Elway, because he could have saved the franchise for the city.
So you have not mentioned the real person. You don't have a problem with Irsay, the owner of the team.
If I have a problem with Irsay, then Raven fans need to have a problem with Modell.
But no, I need no. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No. I need you to address. No, I need you to address, because you never address what I ask you. You pull one of those political moves. No, my question. I'm gonna ask you again. You do not have a problem. All the people you mentioned, you do not have a problem with the owner of the team.
I don't have a problem with the owner of the team.
The owner, Robert Irsay, he's the reason they left.
I don't have a problem is, as an adult, no man with a family can say they wouldn't make a better business decision for their family's legacy. And that's how I look at it. As I got older, I did some research. And I understood why that man had no other choice but to leave in the middle of the night, and I can explain why.
We're going to talk about, but we got a call already. We got, who's on the phone? Who we got? Hello? I can't hear him, though. Hold on 1 second. We're trying to get you so we can hear you out here.
He's a Raven fan because they probably push talk.
Say something.
He's a Raven fan. They're a little slow, man.
Yeah, we're talking to you.
Is it me?
Yeah.
There we go.
I know. We know who this is. And Troy knows who this is. Now, I'm going to start off by saying that NCAA championship tonight, I don't know which team I'm going to root for.
Sound like a true Raven fan right
Kansas, that white boy Kansas guy, man, he can shoot.
And I respond to that as a sports fanatic. Kansas doesn't have a chance tonight because they are going against guards that actually play defense. So it won't be any open looks for them like it was against Villanova.
If you say so, but I just know this. Kansas got that white boy, and man, he can shoot.
You know, last year it was a bunch of white boys, and when they got to that title game, them brothers from Baylor played defense.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah. But did they have one white boy that can shoot?
They had 3.
Because the team that'll win will have that one white boy that can shoot. Not 3, not 2, not 4, but they got to have that one white boy that can shoot. So, now, let me get that off the way, and let me say who this is. This is Yale, knows more about football than all 3 people in that booth right now.
Oh!
So let's just get this straight.
Oh!
Let's get this straight. Okay?
I'm listening.
Now, I don't know why you wearing that helmet from the last time the Colts were really anybody to worry about, but that's okay. So let me just get down to brass tacks. Because I heard, once Troy turns your mic on, because first of all, you start off with your mic not being on, because I applaud that, because you don't need to hear silliness coming from people who don't know anything about football.
Wow.
But let me just clear some things up. You said you did some research on why the Colts left, and the mayor, you blaming the mayor of this city for why the Colts left.
Hold on.
I need to hear your reason for
it's
Hold on.
funny to me, so.
I'm still trying to figure out why you're not mad at Ursa.
You've had 38 years to come up with this explanation because they've been gone 38 years. So
Hold on, Yale. Don't go anywhere yet. By the way, he's coming in here.
Tell him to say something.
Say something, Yale.
Nobody cares what Yale thinks.
testing 1 2 3. Testing 1
You there?
2 3. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hold.
Oh, did we lose Yale?
No, he'll call back.
Oh,
Don't hang up, Yale. Because I'm still trying to understand.
I'm here.
You there, Yale? Testing.
No, he's not there. Because we've had this fight too.
You know Yale?
Yes, I know Yale.
Oh, man.
That's why he said he thinks
He don't know me.
3 people and
I don't know.
Well, I know on that side. Who's that? Who is that?
This is the best middle linebacker in football right now.
Right now.
There's right. Oh, the greatest ball time is 52.
Yeah, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you now. Go ahead. He was trying to overtalk you. Go ahead.
Not at all. Go ahead, Yale. Let me hear your.
All right, let me hear this. Let me hear this research. I'm using my quote fingers. Let me hear this research you did about why the Colts left. I need to hear this.
Yeah, you said.
Well, actually, he cut me off because I was explaining it.
Okay.
But at the time when the Colts were leaving town, Maryland, Baltimore City had blue laws. There's so many reasons. So the Colts games couldn't start until after 2 o'clock. With a 2 o'clock start time, it affected national TV revenue that they weren't getting. That's one. Number 2, the city was trying to do to the Ursays what they did with the Packers and come in with eminent domain, and then the city would have owned the team like the Green Bay Packers were owned. So my thing is, anybody own a business. If somebody walked in here and told you, we're taking your studio from you that you've built up because we don't want you to leave, we're not going to give 20,000 fans into Memorial Stadium. Nobody was coming to support the team. He lied. That's the only thing I didn't like. He lied at the airport and said, I'm not leaving the team. But I don't get the bitterness because if the Colts don't leave, you don't have a downtown stadium. You don't have a franchise that you guys stole. You don't
Wait. Hold on now. How did we steal and Indianapolis didn't?
Well, I want to know, does Yale need more? Or do you need more about why understand why the team left? Or?
No. My question is more so, why are you a Colts fan? That's my question.
So for me, as a kid, I was a Burt Jones, Lydell Mitchell, Bruce Laird,
Curtis Dickey.
My first illegal drink was from Jim Parker's on Liberty.
Okay, that might be unanimous because Yale got the same story.
Okay,
are you still there, Yale?
I'm still here.
Okay.
So my first illegal drink. So I always loved the Colts. I didn't understand why they left. I didn't. I was a kid.
Okay.
So when they left, Redskins were on. It was Redskins of Pittsburgh. So then I became fans of the teams. I'm a kid. Once cable TV came, the NFL broadened, I was able to see the Colts play.
And you went back
to
the
rooting
Colts.
for the team.
Okay.
Even though they were horrible, rooting for them. So,
Hey, Yale, turn your phone down a little.
yeah, you should know that by now, but that's
Oh
the
my
Ravens
God,
fan
yeah.
for you. Just the IQ level with you, Ravens
Yale, I'm
fans.
gonna give you plenty of time. Trust me.
So, anyhow, what I was saying, I did support the Ravens because I wanted football back in this town.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought the product was horrible. I wasn't a fan of the players. I felt like I felt that was being forced on
Of the
Ravens when they came to town.
you weren't a fan of the Ravens
Nah,
because
it just
let-
felt like it was forced on.
let me make sure. Were you were never
Oh,
a
no,
fan
no,
of?
no, no, no.
Okay.
I rooted for the home team. I was a blind homer, as they
Oh
say.
my Lord. Go ahead.
I was a blind homer.
Okay.
And then it was just a product I didn't like. And I felt like I was just rooting for them because they were here.
So that's now by definition what I'm hearing is bandwagon.
No, not
If
at all.
you said they
Not
weren't a
at all.
good product,
Because if it was a bandwagon thing, you've seen me root for the Colts when before Andrew Luck was there.
but you committed. You had already committed.
But that's just it. I wasn't committed to the Ravens. That's exactly my point.
Right.
I wasn't committed to.
Okay, so you never you tried.
I tried.
It didn't work.
But it felt like it was that girl you just wanted to see back in the day, see if it would have really worked out type of thing. And it just was like, why am I investing this? We got internet now, we got cable, we
Lord.
got DirecTV. There
What's
were
that
so
got
many
to do?
options that
Yeah.
I could support the team that I actually love.
You got any questions, Yale? You got something you want to say?
Yeah, let's stop all this foolishness now and get down to some details, okay?
How
Okay.
much time do you
Number one.
Here we go.
The Colts left here what year?
84. 83, 80. No, the Orioles won the World Series in 83. So, snowy
It was
night in 84.
It was the end of the 83 season.
Okay.
84.
Okay.
Okay. So I was 21 years old.
Wow, I didn't realize you that old. We were hanging out.
Yeah, we
Jeez.
found that out.
Yo, hurry up with this call so we can get somebody younger online. Jeez.
Okay.
You look good for your age. You look better than anybody in this room.
Right, especially in blue and white. Go ahead.
You know that's right. Because I stand in low light. So let's get down to the brass tacks about it, though.
Okay.
First off, the city tried to implement eminent domain for the Colts because Irsay was trying to sneak the team out of here. That was a last-ditch effort. It wasn't the initial effort. It was the last-ditch effort.
But
As I stated when I was on the show a couple weeks ago, Bob Irsay was on film in Jacksonville shopping the team with a parade. He landed in the middle of the stadium they were going to build and a helicopter and all that. And it was on Jacksonville News. And then he came back to Baltimore at BWI Airport and stated he wasn't in Jacksonville and he wasn't moving his team.
My mic might have been off.
Right?
You said that. I said all of that. Go ahead.
You know
Okay, so you said that he said he wasn't moving the team, but you forgot the part that he was in Jacksonville shopping the team around.
No,
he had shopped the team in area.
I said the only thing he did wrong was he lied about what he was doing.
What he did, yeah, was he laid out details for everything else, and then that little part right there, he said, "Yeah, I disagree with the lie." He said it so fast you probably didn't
My
hear.
problem with the hypocrisy of this is the man lied about his business. What businessman doesn't lie when he's trying to better his business?
No.
Why are you saying
it wasn't
no?
about his business. Here's the thing. Here's the part you forget. Here's the part you forget. Because I heard you say they couldn't get 20,000 fans in the stadium, and that's exactly true. And fans will not come to a game, especially back in those days, when the product on the field was garbage.
So when you say
Bob Irsay was putting garbage on the field.
So you would say that
you remember when he drafted Art Schlichter
Number 10.
out of Ohio State.
Correct. And he got
And
banned
Mike
for
Tatum.
gambling. I'm a fan. He got banned for gambling.
He had a gambling problem in college.
Correct.
And everybody told him not to draft Art Schlichter. And he went ahead and drafted Art Schlichter anyway, because a few years before that, he had drafted John Elway, and Elway told him he wouldn't play here because the town was garbage and the team was garbage.
No. I think it's...
And as a Baltimorean, I will never forgive John Elway for that. And as a Colts fan, you should never forgive John Elway for that.
Never.
I never said anything about John Elway. You have never heard me say anything. The question to me was, how can I love the team? But for me, what you just said is the opposite of what Troy said. I just said you couldn't get 20,000 fans in.
No. I agree with that.
You said the product was bad. Troy tried to imply that I was a bandwagoner. But for me...
No, I think Troy was claiming you were a bandwagoner when the Ravens got here.
Right. That's what I'm talking about.
For a couple weeks.
Yes. I'll be the first to tell
when
you.
they got to get to see football back.
100%. But
okay.
I would have supported the Baltimore Stallions. I also supported the Baltimore Stallions. I was just glad to get football.
Okay.
Back to Baltimore. The Baltimore Stars with the USFL. I was a Baltimore fan. But as I got older, I didn't like the product. I didn't like the investment. I was a season ticket holder for the Orioles. Some people might say that's the worst money I invested in my life.
I've heard some stuff about that.
I've given Troy seats behind the plate. We have it, but this is a discussion of that horrible purple and black.
No, hell
and
no.
the reason for
You
the
about to-
fans that are still emotionally tied.
The people
There's no way
do not
anybody
charge the
can call
studio.
in.
There are innocent people in the
There's no way
studio.
anybody can come in that says if you get a better business deal that will set your family up for life, you wouldn't take it. And you would be a complete fool not to.
Let me ask you a question. The Ravens were terrible is what you're saying.
No, I said I didn't like the product.
Okay, what does that mean?
I didn't like. I had. And this is the hip. I'm being a little.
It's going to sound bad, I know.
It's going to sound bad, but it's me being truthful.
Okay.
The same way he said he questioned the character of Art Schlichter. I was questioning a lot of the things going on, and I don't want to besmirch any people, but there was a certain guy I watched open hand smack a girl at a spades tournament. Trust me, there's a lot of things.
You can say who that. Can he say? You don't care, do you?
No need to say.
Well, I think you're making it up.
No, I'm not making it up.
I need true. I need to hear.
I need my real spades players from Windsor.
Where were
give
you?
a call.
You at Windsor?
Give a call.
And he smacked the girl because what? They got set. I mean, what are you saying?
No, I mean, we just saw Will Smith smack somebody
Yeah.
that didn't deserve it for no reason.
Yeah.
No man should smack. It doesn't matter what she did. She shouldn't have got smacked.
No. But I'm just saying.
So,
You
these
saw
are the
a
things-
Raven player.
Oh, yeah. I saw a Raven player smack somebody who was just excited that he was in the building and basically treated her like, get out my face.
Was it a star player?
It was a
Would I know his name if you said it?
Oh, yeah, you would know his name. But I'm just saying, it was incidents like that before. I was coming home, and Chris McAllister was double parked on Packer Street, blocking traffic because he wanted to run into McDonald's. And it's like, dude.
So
So
it was just things about the team that was just annoying.
right.
And
But if you had an owner of a team,
those are things about players on the team, right? So I'm gonna tell you something straight up. One of the greatest players to ever lace them up was Jim Brown in the NFL. True or false?
You talking about Jim Brown as a Cleveland Brown? Yeah. And
Yeah.
he also was known for throwing women out of windows and smacking on windows.
That's right. And Cleveland Brown fans
what's up, Raymond?
dislike the Cleveland Browns because Jim Brown was throwing women off of banners, off of patios.
He said, "What's up?"
They
Raymond?
still like the team. So because we had players that were kind of ratty, you gonna tell me you're gonna? But you know, I don't even care if you don't like the Ravens. But that's beside the point. You're a Colts fan. I'm going to allow that to be your Colts fan, but I'm gonna disallow some things that you said because you said maybe you were young. You were just a kid. You don't remember.
Yeah, I
You
wasn't
were
as
probably
old as
still,
you
you
were.
know, running around with them hard shoes on, kicking people in the shins at the time when they
We
left.
were poor. I
But-
probably had fish heads back then. Hard bottoms was for Easter only. But go ahead.
So,
Wait a minute. But you talking
when the
character.
Colts left, this is what I remember that you don't remember or didn't know.
Okay.
When the Colts left, we had two options of games to watch every Sunday. It was either the Redskins or the Colts. The Colts were in Indianapolis, and we were still forced to watch Colts
That's
games
not true.
every Sunday.
We were force-fed the Steelers. That's why there's so many Steeler fans in the
No, you were wrong. We got the Colts games
Chime in,
every
this is your
day
show.
at 1 o'clock,
Chime in.
every Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Chime in.
I
You
left
can
the
look it up.
Chime in.
You
Will
can
you
look it
disagree
up.
with me?
We were forced to watch
force-fed-
Colts games.
We were force-fed.
Huh?
We were force-fed on the AFC, Pittsburgh,
I w-
NFC, Philly, the Eagles, and the Redskins.
The people that I know, they all left for I guess whoever was closest. A lot of people that I know went to a lot of them went to DC.
The Redskins.
Yeah, a lot of them went to
Yep.
DC. But then once teams started winning, then all of a sudden it was, we talking the 80s, so it was like 49er fans.
Oh, it's so many. But back then, though,
So-
but this is the thing, too. It was okay to root for cool players.
Yeah.
If you ask me who my favorite NFL player is of all time, it'll be Deion Sanders, who has never put on a Colt uniform. But it's so funny, and this is the thing about everybody with me hating the Colts. I mean, hating the Ravens.
You really hate the Colts.
Nah.
Go ahead.
What gets me is, when I say it was a bad product, they always think I'm talking about score.
That's what I thought you was talking about.
No, it just wasn't. I didn't like your arrogant head coach that hadn't won anything, that was an offensive guru that averaged 14 points a game when
Wait a
he was
minute.
here.
So you done moved up. So wait a
Billick.
minute. Wait a
Billick
minute.
was
Before
starting
before we
product.
get to Billick though,
I'm just
and you
the
want to talk
product.
about character, what about the owner who's the head, who's an alcoholic? Let's talk about him.
The best year I
Yeah,
had with
and
the
the son-
Colts
and
is
the
when
son
he
who's
got
a billhead,
high
who's a
and they
billhead.
suspended him for a year.
What's the last part, Yale?
Hold on. They suspended Junior Ursay.
Junior.
Bob Ursay
That's
never
what, and
got
I just said,
suspended,
Right.
and Bob
and my
Ursay was a
best
drunk.
year as a Colt fan
Uh-huh.
was when he was suspended, and I was hoping they would take the team from him.
I'm talking about before that. His father.
From Bob
I'm a
Ursay or
kid.
from Jim Ursay?
I'm talking about Jim,
And
but
what I'm saying is, I can't say anything about Bob because as I got
Listen to
older,
me.
I could respect it. But as a kid,
when you said it was a bad product, you were not a kid, right? You made up your mind the Ravens were a bad product.
I was an adult when I made
Right.
that mind.
Was Jim Irsay
Right.
still the owner at that time?
Yes, he was.
So he was
Yeah.
still an alcoholic. He didn't stop. He was him and Sanford Ripple. They was going crazy,
Once
man.
again, you guys are talking
No,
about
no.
opinions.
Let's
Talking facts.
let's line
I'm
it up
talking
correctly.
facts.
The
Jim
facts I got
Irsay-
is he got
Jim
high,
Irsay
he
had a
got
pill
caught, He got
problem.
suspended.
He had a what
Bob
problem?
Ursay had an alcohol problem.
But I'm sorry, Bob. But, no, the father is Bob. I'm talking about Bob. I'm sorry, I meant Bob.
had the.
Yeah, I'm talking about Bob, and because he was drunk when he was lying. He may not realize he was lying.
Here we go.
Yep.
Drunk and, was he doing an
we-
illegal thing?
We
Being
talk,
drunk?
but we talking character, man. If you talk, I need consistency. You gonna be mad because Chris McAllister double parked at McDonald's,
gave
but
an
the owner of the
example.
Colts is drunk,
When do I see the owner of the coach drunk?
dude.
When do I see it? When
Wait
do
a
I
minute.
see it?
Anywhere
wait.
in Baltimore back in the day. Well, again, you were probably too young. You were probably going to kindergarten.
That's
When
all
we
I
were
said.
seeing Bob
When
Ursay
do I see that? Right.
drive up 695 doing 100 miles an hour
Any of
drunk.
But
But,
you didn't see it because he
um,
was in Indianapolis.
Okay, so I can't judge.
But
something
you,
on
but
something
you,
I see.
but what you heard, is it what's been reported? You don't have a problem with
I
that?
can't. I don't know what when it's
Oh,
coming
my
from
God.
Baltimore folks.
Oh hell to the
I don't
now.
know the difference.
No,
between
man.
Truth and fiction.
Somebody did, he's gonna find a way to be
and
right.
It's just like I don't get how a team that's been long in a city longer than they were in the original city, people are still salty. I don't get it.
It's because
Explain
I'm
that one
Ravens.
to me.
I can explain it. I'm Ravens.
Okay.
So, and when we bring up the Colts,
Baltimore
I didn't
Browns,
follow.
I mean, Baltimore Browns or Baltimore Ravens? Which one were you a fan of?
I was never a fan of the Baltimore Browns.
Because you know that's what they tried to name the team, right?
No,
Yeah, they did.
no. They always said they was going to keep their colors.
No.
Bruh.
And this is why I'm going to walk out this studio because I thought this would be a factual conversation.
Wait a minute, Yale. Let me get Yale a second. I'm gonna let you.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead, Yale.
Because it's past his bedtime. Them old men on
Yale,
the
you better
radio.
tell him, Yale. Tell him.
These old men calling in.
First of all,
anybody under 40 got a pension, please dial in.
First of all, I will be staying up until 12:54 a.m. because that's the time I was born 60 years ago.
Oh, that's right. Yale's got a birthday. Yo. So wait a minute. So how old are you? Are you counting tomorrow? Oh, no, we'll wait. We'll save it. We'll save it. So he's gonna be another year older.
He was going to proms when the Colts left, so you know.
Happy birthday, Yale.
Right. I was in the clubs when the Colts left. So, and I used to party with a couple of the Colts.
Were you drinking with Bob Irsay?
Oh, wait a minute. Well,
we weren't on Irsay's level because we were kind of dark.
Yeah. He don't want to hear that because he did make some.
No, he wouldn't deal with that.
Deal with what?
So
the racial
aspect of every current.
No. Don't say every current. You want to say that the integrity of the Colts is so much higher than the
that's
man.
not what I said. See that?
You said it was a bad product.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let's get down to football. Let's get down to football part of it, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So you had problems with the Colts. I mean, with the Ravens. You don't think there was a good product being put on the field. I argue that the Colts left here with a sorry product on the field. I heard you say you were a Bruce Laird fan. I'm a Bruce Laird fan. I heard you say you were a Curtis Dickey fan. I kind of like Curtis Dickey, but I really like Randy McMillan better. You said you were a Burt Jones fan. Burt Jones could not throw a pass to a running back out of the backfield unless he put 200 miles an hour on it, and that was the biggest knock on Burt Jones. He didn't know how to take any heat off the ball, and a lot of passes to Randy McMillan and Curtis Dickey just hit the dirt.
Did Burt have MVPs?
Yeah, 1976 NFL MVP. But that's the stuff I'm talking about with bitter people. You don't become an MVP in the league because if that's the case, then I could talk bad about Lamar, which I won't.
I'm ready for you.
I won't because
you may not today.
No, I mean he's the most dynamic player.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let's get back to this.
Okay.
I really want to hear you kind of.
Old people can lose their train of thought. My bad.
What owner of what team had a field goal kicker miss a field goal that would have put the team in the playoffs, and instead of leaving it to the coach, called the kicker into his office and gave the man $10,000 for just being a member of the family?
If I was a Ravens fan,
what owner did that?
If I was a Ravens fan, if he gave Condit anything other than a cut contract, I'd be pissed. So if you're talking about my favorite Raven of all time, Billy, let me miss this to the left, Condit. I have no problem if he got a little extra dollars because it's dumb. Keeping it clean on the radio. His dumb owner gave him.
Who are you talking about? Yeah,
you talking about Billy?
No, I'm talking about Bob Irsay gave Tony Linhart.
Oh,
Tony. I'm pulling out names you don't even remember. Tony Linhart.
I remember now.
A game-winning field goal, a chip shot field goal that would have put the Colts in the playoffs. And I believe it was 1980. And he gave the man a $10,000 bonus because he just didn't want anybody to feel bad for him. He was a member of the Colts team. And Tony Linhart had been horrible all year long.
Sound like Billy Condit
again, we're gonna talk about him drafting Elway, drafting Schleister. He had the opportunity to have a better team. He had an opportunity to have players that wanted to stay here and come here. And I remember the negotiations for rookie Vernon Maxwell. You remember Vernon Maxwell?
56 sack master.
He told Vernon Maxwell's agent, "Don't Jew me on the price. Let's just give this boy the money he needs." So, don't Jew me on the price. Let's give this boy the money that he needs.
Now that's your character. See, Phil's going to be like, I didn't see that.
Never
That's
heard
Phil's going to be, I don't know what you're talking
You're
about.
asking me to react to a story that I haven't seen a fact check. If I can go to my phone and pull it up,
But
my
that's
thing
your
is-
Windsor. That's your Windsor story, man.
No. My Windsor story.
But you saw it.
I was there for that.
Okay.
I was there for that, and I was there for a lot of other things. But I'm keeping it clean because we on the.
You ain't
on
got
the
to.
air. I'm keeping
You
it
ain't
clean.
got to. I want to hear.
I was a custom house Norman Jean regular, and you don't know how them fools was acting Saturday night before they were supposed to be on the field. I'm keeping it 100.
Let me say the phone number one more time, too. 443-267-6558. Somebody help this man.
I don't need any help.
Oh, he don't-
Especially with Yale. I mean,
Yeah.
he can already take a nap so he can celebrate his birthday in 4 hours.
We got to talk about your birthday. I didn't realize your birthday was coming. You should have been in here.
So, I mean, can we? Is there any other thing we can discuss? Is Yale gone yet?
You look.
I mean, listen. The thing is, if you are following me on Facebook on Sundays, I make Raven football fun. I don't care what anybody says. I make it fun. You and I have had battles where the loser has to strip in the
Right.
bar and put the other team's shoes on. And I made this bet with Curtis Painter as my quarterback.
Look. Wait a
And
minute.
took that 42-7 shellacking and put on the the Raven jersey,
Yeah.
and them stupid purple and white leather shoes.
Let me tell y'all.
and stood there like a human trophy.
He took it. Let me tell y'all what happened. The year we had a bet.
The year Peyton
Let me-
was out for the year.
Right. Well,
And
we
I
didn't know
still-
he's out. We made the bet. But let me tell you how I found you. You know Annie.
Yes.
Antoinette Jordan. Annie hits me up and she knows how I am about the Ravens. She said, "Do you know Philip Martin?" Now I didn't know you as Philip. Like I just didn't know.
It was Phil that came to the show.
Yeah. So she said, "There's this guy. I need you to respond." So I wasn't a friend of yours. So I sent you a friend request. I'm like, he probably ain't gonna accept me. He may not know.
I saw
Click.
King Troy.
He clicked me right on, and so we started arguing. So it led into this thing where we go to the Green Turtle, but we talked before the season, and we're like, yeah, whoever wins that game, because I don't want to wear. I've lost twice to bets like this, and it makes me sick to wear.
You look so
other-
good in that Reggie
Hell
Wayne
to the-
jersey. You look so good
No,
in the
it was-
Reggie Wayne throwback.
First of all, the first one was better. I don't know what you're talking about. I have proof of the one that you
I have
lost.
pictures of
I
you.
haven't seen any pictures.
Oh, the
In
pictures
fact,
will be posted online after this interview.
if you are listening to this, please go to the Facebook page, King Brody, capital King, all that's capital Brody. You can see what's going on right now, and you can see the lovely footage and you'll even see people that Phil didn't even know. I talked to anybody, and Phil, they lost that game, but he was convinced. You said a couple of things. You said that they was not going to get rid of Peyton. You said they're not getting rid of Peyton Manning. That's recorded. I love that part. I should have just played that over
and they
and
cut
over.
him when they had to make the business decision.
But they didn't have to cut him.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't. They had the pick. Why not? Why don't get your boy Luck? Where is he now?
Out of the league, dead to me. I love the coach. You can't. It don't
Luck
matter.
is in the air.
Dead to me because he's
Luck
no
is in the
longer
air.
coach. He quit on the last preseason of the game. I've had 4. This will be 5 different quarterbacks since he wanna play no
All right,
more.
we
It's
need-
not fun no more.
We need to make another bet this year.
We can make a bet.
So
this year.
same thing with the jersey thing, whatever.
But they
Make
don't play. I don't think they play.
no,
together.
we'll make it on the season. We'll bet on the season. Who has
You
the
don't
best
wanna do
record?
that.
I don't have a problem with
You
it.
guys are in a monstrous division. That's not even a fair bet.
I don't have a problem with it because I'm
Okay.
feeling like we're gonna. Now here's what we'll do.
I don't think it's fair, but go ahead.
We'll make it on the season record. However, if I win or you win, but if they both make it to each other in the playoffs, that will override
Whatever
the season.
happened this season, that's
Okay,
fine.
okay. So I'm gonna
But
ask.
see, but I'm a realist. But I even know you guys. It's not fair the division you guys.
I ain't worried about it. I'm not worried
You're not
about it. I'm not. Wait.
See,
Let's
this
take a
is
look.
my problem with
No.
Ravens fans.
Let's look at your division.
It's a horrible division.
It is.
It's absolutely horrible.
It is horrible. But let's look at who you play outside. First of all, people who not sure, they got the Texans, Jags, and Titans. You think you can beat the Titans?
They split with the Titans, and you don't know what you're getting with the Titans. So that game is always based upon who is Derrick Henry might not be. There's so many factors into the Titans side of that game. But for me, and people get mad, the Colts defense is the truth. And Jonathan Taylor may be the best running back in football. All we needed was a quarterback that could just not lose the game.
So do you have that? And Matt Ryan?
I like Matt Ryan as a stopgap to the future.
Yale. Are you in there, Yale?
Sir.
What you think about Matt Ryan?
What you saying?
What do you think about Matt Ryan on the Colts?
He's a stopgap.
So I think that's a good match. My issue with Matt Ryan is they've always made excuses for Matt Ryan.
Right.
Matt Ryan is not as good as he's always been advertised to be.
Totally.
And they've always made
y'all in agreement?
for him.
We agree on a lot, because we've agreed on certain things. We've stood in line and waited for sandwiches together. Things we've agreed upon.
All right, so your home games, after those three, then you got the Chiefs. What y'all going to do with the Chiefs?
Well, we split the last couple we played. We had the 21-point comeback when Wham was the quarterback.
Yeah.
He's gone now, but I don't think the Chiefs are invincible anymore. That's why Tyreek Hill is gone.
No, they're not.
They're not invincible.
They're not. They're not invincible.
Their offensive line
the defense has become suspect.
Is the truth. So that offensive line is suspect.
So you feel like you can win that game?
They got a shot to win, but you can't. And this is
No. And we just talking about today. We ain't going by that. We're going by just today.
Okay.
Now I will give you whatever you say today. Things happen in a month from now, and you change your mind. You get a pass.
Y'all 4-13 this year.
You pay no. Oh no. We gonna be better than that.
Okay.
What about the Chargers?
Chargers are legit. Justin Herbert might be the third best quarterback in the AFC.
So you is that?
We lose the.
Wait.
You done woke Yale up.
Wait.
He said number 3.
Did you say Herbert would be the third best quarterback in the AFC?
I said he may be the third best quarterback in the AFC.
Okay, so who are 1 and 2?
Woo. He's thinking. He's breathing. Are you looking at this, Yale? Are you watching this?
I think it's.
No, I turned it. I stopped watching because there's such a delay, so I was getting confused. So I turned. So who are 1 and 2?
Mahomes number 1. That's your boy.
Who?
He said Mahomes.
Can I see? So I go like this. I'm gonna go top 5, but the last 3 are gonna be 3, B, and C.
Okay.
So my top 1 would be Mahomes. Number 2 would be that slinger in Cincinnati. That's the truth. Joe Burrow is the truth. Number 3 would be 3 A, B, C, and that would be Herbert, Lamar, and I don't like him, but I got to put Josh Allen there. So that would be it.
Troy.
Yeah.
Troy, and I need y'all to start drug testing your guests.
I mean, that's
okay, who you got? Who you got?
Number 1, I'm going to go Mahomes.
Okay.
I think we can agree with that. Number 2, I'm going to go Josh Allen.
I said I didn't like him, so it was hard putting him there. But okay.
Okay. I know. So you gotta remove emotion out of it because it is what it is. Josh Allen is doing the thing. Okay. You got to give it to him. I'm gonna give you Burrow at 3, but I think here's the thing with Burrow that I have to get past, and it's not emotional. It's not emotional. It's the reality of the NFL, and you know the NFL. You know this to be true. No matter what a player does, especially a quarterback, no matter what a player does his first year as a starter, the second year he's got to be different, or the NFL will figure them out.
Who you talking about?
Burrow. Oh, Burrow was having a decent rookie year when he got hurt. He had a great year this year. I guarantee you, there are teams now trying to figure out the best way to take Joe Burrow out of the game. And if he can't elevate his game from what he did last year, he's going to be a one and done. Because Kansas City not Kansas City. The Rams figured out you just got to hit him and keep hitting him and just keep hitting him, and his game changes. So I'm gonna give Burrow and Herbert on that same level, but I gotta throw Lamar in there too. Lamar is, when he's on and he can see other players besides Hollywood. Community Theater Brown.
Wait a minute.
and Andrews.
Wait a minute. You got let me. You said 4 so far, right?
No, I gave you 5.
Let me hear him again.
I said Mahomes is 1.
Uh huh.
Josh Allen 2.
Josh Allen is 2. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. Josh Allen is 2. Burrow is 3. Lamar and Herbert are 4, 5, and 6.
What'd you say for Herbert?
See, this is my problem with Ravens fans. I said my clear 1 was Mahomes.
Yeah.
My 2 was Joe Burrow. My 3,
Which I said
A,
wrong,
B,
'cause
and
you're drunk.
C. My A, B, and C were the same you said, but I need to be drug
No.
tested. I said 3.
No, I said that
3A.
Allen was number 2. You said Allen could be 5.
No, I said 3A, 3B,
Yeah,
3C.
he kind of left him close for
They're
3.
all
He had his
close.
Yeah, he's not saying he's like a horrible
now
But
five.
I say
would call
Allen is
Yale one
clearly
of them-
better than the rest of them.
He's one of those Baltimore moron fans.
No,
He's not a Baltimorean fan.
no.
He's one of
It's
them
some
Baltimore morons.
Wait a minute, real
He's
quick.
been emotional.
Ramon said he wants in on that bet. But are you talking about
And Mo is my boy, but he knows he wants in on that bet. That's my boy
Mo?
calling in.
Are you against Phil? I need to be clear.
Yeah.
Type in. I need to make sure you're against
Yes,
Phil.
he's against me. Yes.
Oh, well,
that
shoot.
man bleeds purple and black.
We
But-
need to all be in the same picture.
But he also knows that my thing isn't just hate. I have things that I'm backing it up.
It
with.
sound like hate to me, bro.
Okay.
It sound like when
I
you
just
post.
told you put an L next to Jacksonville when the Colts played them.
I gave you that.
Okay.
But
That ain't hate. That's being realistic. Where Ravens think they're going to be 13-4 next.
I truly do. maybe 14-3. Wait a minute. We'll finish your home and keep listening, Yale. And by the way, the phone number one more time: 443-267-6558.
Hey, Yale,
It should be hate. 655 hate. That's what's coming in.
Hey, yo, just for that rookie year you was talking about, Burrow, before he got hurt, passed for 2,700 yards and 13 touchdowns with just 5 interceptions as a rookie, and he didn't have Jamar Chase.
No,
So
he
you don't
said
think-
no. He said he had a good.
You think the second year they adjust? You think next year is going to be a struggle for that boy? And they just paid the
No.
offensive linemen?
Let me ask you something. What happened his rookie year?
That's what he said. The 27.
2,700 yards, 13 touchdowns.
No,
5
not his
interceptions.
stats. What happened his rookie
No, he
year?
said what happened to him.
He got hurt.
How did he get hurt?
No offensive line.
I have no idea. How
Okay, so what happened last year?
He got to the Super Bowl.
He got to the Super Bowl, but what was the,
$70
why didn't they win the Super Bowl?
$70 million
The offensive
under-
line.
$70 million under cap. So all they've done is gotten Pro Bowl linemen this offseason.
But was the offensive line the same as
Horrible. Yeah.
his rookie year and last year was the same
it
line?
Was horrible, yeah. So he took a bunch of hits as a rookie, had those numbers, took a bunch of hits, got to the Super Bowl. They're now cap friendly because they paid their dues, and they've done nothing but they got the lineman from Tampa. They have loaded up that offensive line. So now you got Joe Burrow with an offensive line, Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase. You talked about the winners of the AFC North. And this is where Raven fans are, we got Lamar.
Yo.
Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals are the truth.
I think it's going to come down. I think it's going to come down to the Ravens and the Bengals as who's going to win the North. I'll give you that. The thing is, we've got to stay healthy, and I think Cincinnati. There's a thing you got to look at a thing. Teams that lose the Super Bowl the following year, I don't care what they've done in the offseason, they have a real bad Super Bowl hangover and rarely make it to the playoffs. So I think
we struggled.
No,
not
was
the last
exposed.
time.
I will see. We'll see. I'm not counting them out. I'm keeping them in my top 5, but I still say that Josh Allen is clearly number 2. Clearly number 2.
I have some friends at the
As much as I hate to say it, he's clearly number 2.
We were talking about Maryland Live too.
No,
Wait a minute.
not. No.
Oh, we're not gonna talk. Oh, I'm
Not.
sorry. Forget I said that.
We
Bleep,
can, but
bleep
no.
that out. Well, wait a minute.
Let me ask you a quick question. Let me ask a quick question for the Colts fan in the room, who again talked about how bad the product was the Ravens put on, the things they didn't like.
Is this the old timers
Who was
kicking
the
in?
quarterback before they got Peyton Manning?
The quarterback before they got Peyton Manning?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Jeff Horrible George.
that, he was one of them.
Oh, it was
He
a
was
string
one
of
of 'em.
ones. There was
Huh?
Jim Harbaugh was there. He was a horrible quarterback, but he was a Hail Mary
There it
away from the
is.
Super Bowl. Jim Harbaugh. God, we had some horrible quarterbacks. It was bad.
Thank you. And were you a fan then?
Yes.
He
I
claiming.
started off by saying I was a fan of 1-15. I'm really horrible Jeff George. That's how I started this.
So
And
the-
Peyton Manning was 3-13 his first year, and I wasn't a Peyton fan because T. Martin came behind at Tennessee and did something Peyton could never do. Beat Florida.
And won a
win
national championship. Right, won a national championship.
So,
Peyton
I'm
never
not a
did.
bandwagon
And they got a
either.
statue of Peyton and no statue of T. Martin.
I
That's
totally
an
disagree with that.
injustice.
I disagree with that. But if I was just a rooting for the Colts because I wouldn't be able to acknowledge that. I
So-
was not a Peyton fan.
So the first year with the Ravens, '96, you tried to root for the Ravens.
It was good to have the product back.
Okay.
And like I said, I love the Baltimore Stallions
Okay.
when they were here.
Okay.
So to have pro football back
Mm-hmm.
was great. But we don't talk about, everybody talks about the Colts and the Browns moving here. Let's go deep if we're here. You should be mad at Paul Tagliabue because it's no way Charlotte or Jacksonville should have
Oh.
got a team
Oh.
before.
Oh, you're 100%. You're 100%.
it's
And not
like-
only am I mad at Tagliabue, I'm mad at the people
it's
who own the
so much
Browns
hatred
because
toward
who
them.
own the Tampa
You know
Bay
what's
Buccaneers because their owner, Malcolm Glazer, was in line one of the ownership groups to try to bring a team here, and when Tagliabue gave the team to Carolina, and Glazer bought the Buccaneers, his press conference in Tampa said, "Can you believe I was almost forced to buy a team in Baltimore? I'm so glad to be here in Tampa Bay." So
But
whatever team Nita brought, he'd have either sold.
He would have said that part doesn't surprise me.
So
We
I
were
have-
supposed
I
to
have a
get
question
Jacksonville.
for you guys, though.
I'm ready.
All right, so y'all always talk about this, hatred that. One of the proponents for Charlotte was Johnny Unitas. He was one of the backers for the team
Wrong.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you where you're wrong. He supported the owner for Charlotte, but not the team, because the owner for the for the Carolina Panthers was the former Baltimore Colt player. He supported the player, but he did not support the team going to Charlotte. He said, "I'm gonna support my teammate, but I think Baltimore needs a team."
Wait a minute. Let me
That's what
say
he
something.
said.
The way I remember it is both teams were coming in, and everybody knew Charlotte was definitely getting a team. What was up in the air was Jacksonville, because everybody was saying Baltimore is the front runner, Jacksonville is right there.
Yep.
And I remember whoever in Baltimore, they had enough money to do whatever they needed to do, and Tagliabue, like they knew they did not want a team in Baltimore, and we should. I'm glad we didn't, but we should have had Jacksonville. That's the way I remember it. Now
We should have had Jacksonville.
Right.
And the reason Baltimore had two good ownership offers, packages put together. One was by Malcolm Glazer. The other was by Boogie Wineglass. At the time, there were no Jewish owners in the NFL, and they kind of boycotted Boogie Wineglass. And I think he's living in Colorado now or
Yeah,
something.
he's in rehab.
But that's why we didn't get the team, huh?
He's in rehab. Wasn't Boogie a drinker too?
him and
Boogie was a partier. Boogie always reminded me of Martin Banks. I don't know if it was drinking, but it was a big
He was
party.
a partier, but he never got a DUI. No, not Boogie.
No.
This is what
No, I don't think
I'm
Boogie was
bringing fans, Troy.
Nah,
This is
bro.
what I'm talking about.
Now, all I know,
He wasn't a drinker. He was a partier.
well, he didn't say he wasn't a drinker. He just added he was a party.
No, run the tape back.
So
He
if
was like,
you
"Oh, he
drink
was a-"
when you at a party, that's different.
Boogie could've
your
been
boy,
a drunk owner. I would have had no problem with a drunk owner.
your,
But I
your,
didn't see. I
you
saw
clearly
Boogie.
didn't.
I saw Boogie throwing them back. But
Irsay was like, "What you want for breakfast? You want an omelet? Nah, Jack Daniels. That was your boy."
Give me Jack Daniels and some cornflakes.
When
That's
Jim
what
Irsay
That's what
got
Irsay
popped
said.
with the drugs, I prayed that the NFL would take the team from him.
Mm-hmm.
And
They
didn't
didn't.
because it's a good old boy network.
Mm-mm.
But I prayed. So I'm not going to be hypocritical about it. I mean, like, keep it 100. I'm somebody, and I know there might be a ticket for me to hell, but the best Colts season during Andrew Luck is when they was Chuck Strong, when Chuck was out with cancer. So I was a Bruce Arians fan, and I was a little sick to my stomach when Chuck recovered. I ain't want the man to die, but I ain't want him back on the sideline. So I'm keeping it 100. I love my Colts. I see things for what they are. Ravens see things through a black and purple glass.
I don't know. Now I will
you
say,
guys will find the best. Oh, we never get a penalty.
No.
Oh, we never get. It's like
no.
Lord
When there's
Jesus.
calls, but when you complain about, you spend so much time talking. You spend more time. I have look. I can't stand the Steelers, Patriots, Titans. I can't stand them. Right.
Okay.
But when things happen, when they complain, like. Depending on the play, you got to take the play. You will not say. Sometimes you do. I will give you credit. Every now and then.
Every now and then.
Every now and then.
95%
No.
of the time.
Every now and then you'll be honest. Every now and then, his comments, like you said, you ain't gonna say nothing bad about Lamar. Don't make me go through my timeline where you got
I got him dressed like Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass. You got the car flipped over. I'm battling back and forth with you.
And that meme said the Ravens during the regular season in the Ferrari. And they in the full purple.
You saying
playoffs.
Peyton wasn't like that? And Peyton did get a Super Bowl.
Peyton, I don't get why they were calling Peyton the greatest when he could never beat Tom
Brady.
It is what it, but I didn't stop rooting for him.
Right, you did right. That we ain't never.
What?
I'm good. Look,
Tom Brady could always beat the Colts. It wasn't about Manning. It was the coaching that was on the team that was coaching the team. It's hard to be.
How is Belichick done without Tom Brady?
The man's a great coach. I don't care what anybody says. I can't stand him, but he's a great coach. And he knows the margins, and he knows what he needs to do to win.
How's the success?
But there were plenty of games when Tom Brady
it's only been
did
2
not
years.
have the stats that Peyton Manning had and still beat the Colts. So I'm a Peyton Manning fan. I don't care what anybody says. I like Peyton Manning. The thing that I love most about Peyton Manning is
that interception against Tracy Porter that I called. Sorry. He's not. He left it. We cut him. He's dead to me.
Who's that?
Peyton.
Oh, Peyton.
He got cut. Dead to me.
Hey, when somebody throws on another jersey, I'm with you on that.
He's dead.
When I was Ray Lewis, when there was talks like he might go to Dallas or something, I'd have been. You know what? I'm gonna change the subject, and I think I told y'all this before. The one time I almost got in a fight was when Mike Messina went to the Yankees.
Oh, I had no problem with that.
Right, but I'm booing him. When he came out before the game, I was clapping, because it was Mike Messina. The game hadn't started, so I applauded because they showed his name.
Not at all.
Yeah. It don't count before the
You
game.
know what? Talking about forced on. I was there for the Oriole Hall of Fame when they put Mike Messina in, and you could tell he just didn't want to be there. That's how I felt about it. It was forced on him. The Orioles wanted him to go in as an Oriole, not a Yankee. So we're gonna put him in our Hall of Fame. No, once you're gone, you're dead to me.
He belongs in the Oriole Hall of Fame. But wait a minute. Let me finish your season. Keep listening, Gail.
We're going through my season.
We're going through the homes.
Game.
So you're saying you'll beat the Texans, Titans, Chiefs, and Chargers, but you'll lose.
No. I said L to the Chargers.
L. Oh, okay.
L to the Chargers.
Okay.
And I said L to Jacksonville.
Right, I got them.
Okay.
Okay, then we got the Eagles.
Wait a minute. You think the Colts are going to lose to Jacksonville?
The Colts have lost to Jacksonville for 7 consecutive years, including 2 games in London. They lost
Jacksonville
last year. 2 years ago,
Jacksonville
they
is
lost
hard
their
to beat
home
in London.
opener.
They can't beat nobody at home, but they're hard to beat in London.
They whipped our ass.
But Jacksonville won the Colts home opener 2 seasons ago in Indy. So
okay.
yeah, that's a team that just has that number.
So what about the Eagles?
I don't know much about the Eagles. I'm not sold on their quarterback, so I'm gonna say win because
Okay.
I don't like the Eagles.
That's fair enough. Like I say, you might change your mind later. What about the Commodores, the Washington Commodores? Brick House.
Lionel Richie and them don't have a shot this year. The Commandos, Comanchos.
So you taking that win?
Oh, that's definitely a W at home.
And the Steelers. The one time I'll be rooting for you.
Steelers is one of those teams that has the coach numbers.
Who's the quarterback for the Steelers?
I think it's going to be
Mitch,
Dwayne Haskins. I think it's going to be Haskins.
Trubisky, but it might end up being Baker Mayfield. It could also be Colin Kaepernick. It might be someone named Fred we haven't heard of yet. It could be a whole bunch of people.
I see Cap in Seattle, but
he ain't going there. Okay, so right now it looks like Trubisky for now.
I would say win if it's Trubisky.
And if it's Haskins?
Win.
Okay.
Yeah. But Mayfield has that. He has that like.
He'll have something he'll want to prove.
You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of, and the Colts lost to the Jets in the playoffs. Mark Sanchez was horrible, but he has 2 playoff wins against Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning.
But let me tell you.
I mean, no.
He's lucky that he even got to the playoffs. I don't even want to talk about I need some there'll be some New York fans calling in soon. All right, so you saying at home, okay, only 2 losses at home? Okay, let's go to the road games. What you gonna do with the Texans, Jags, and Titans again?
Win, because we split with Jacksonville. Win at Jacksonville.
Win.
Texans, they don't have a quarterback or a coach. Win.
I give you that. Titans.
Lost.
Okay. Now, Broncos.
Lost. Denver's defense is the truth, and their secondary is the truth. So that's going to be one of those games where they put 9 in the box, and Matt Ryan's going to have to beat them. So I would go lost.
Okay. And then the Raiders.
So much better loss. They're so much better this year. I can live with that, and I'll probably go to that loss because it's in Vegas.
So, yeah?
Yeah. So
okay, so you putting an L for that one. Cowboys.
Win. We go in the Jerry Dome and we win there. That's just something we do.
Cowboys fans, I know there's some here. We're gonna get them later. Giants, New York Giants.
W, please.
Patriots.
Ooh. And now see, this is not fair because they didn't put the schedule out. So if they catch the Patriots earlier, I'll catch it, but late in the year. But I'm going to put a W there.
You think y'all going to beat the Patriots?
I'm going to put it even though without a schedule because that does play in some of these.
And the Vikings?
They can't win at home. I like the Vikings. I like the road win.
Y'all going to win that?
Yeah.
So you just made a comment about us thinking we're going to go how much, and look at what you're doing. You saying only 4 losses.
And what I'm saying is, and though the AFC South is such a soft division,
that's true.
Not fair. Now, ask me who I think the better team will be next year: Ravens or the Colts.
Who's better?
It's going to be the Ravens because I will factor in the division they play in. And
okay.
You go and look on my page. I talk about them to have fun.
I agree.
I never say Lamar is sorry. I think you guys have the worst coach. And they signed him for 3 more years.
I don't have a problem with the coach.
Until 2025.
I don't have a problem with the coach.
But
there are a lot of Ravens fans that do.
Team. So that has to factor in.
Okay.
And the thing is, if I'm a Raven fan, how is it that Greg Roman opened up the offense Kaepernick's second year, but hasn't opened it up yet with Lamar?
I'm with you. Hey, Stan, call in here, man. 443-267-6558.
Hey, if any of my friends are out there,
and you ain't got no friends.
LaTonya,
you ain't got no.
Dre.
Can I answer that question about Greg Roman?
Go ahead.
How many offensive coordinators you know have been successful when their entire backfield gets destroyed before the season starts? They got a receiver who makes a lot of noise about throw me the ball but can't make a catch. And you got a quarterback that gets focused on that one receiver to force him to make catches when he can't. Greg Roman was handicapped this year, and the offensive line sucked. If Greg can't come out of this season with marked improvement, I'm going to be on everybody's side with Greg Roman. Considering what he was working with this year, he gets a pass. He
gets a pass for this year, but the year before that was bad. And I get it. The Ravens dealt with injuries they lost their entire backfield in the same practice or a day apart. I get it. They get a pass. but the play
Well,
calling
within a
was
week,
there.
so you lose
The-
J.K.
the
Dobbins
play
in
calling
the
is
preseason
there.
game.
And the Ravens lose because there's no second half adjustments by their head coach. Every team went cover 0 after they saw that work. So at some point, you got to switch it up. It was sort of like when Marcher Broda coached the Ravens. Handoff, punt. Handoff, punt. At some point, you got to. So, no, he doesn't get a pass. You get paid to make adjustments. Every team in the league.
Paid make adjustments when you have the players. I'm gonna tell you straight up, it was a disappointing season. But the year you talked about, he made regression was the year they won a playoff game. So,
I just need them to not panic. That's always my problem. The game plan during the year, when we're averaging X amount of points, and I always say 14 and 2 year, they annoy me because even though they got behind early, why are you panicking and throwing the ball all over the field? I'm still gonna be mad about that. I'm not gonna be, but I'm here.
Yeah, I'm mad about that. Well, we're all gonna be mad about that. We're all gonna stay mad about that. But
you're talking to somebody that was fine with his coach being treated for cancer, so I don't give coaches slides for anything. So we were Chuck Strong. So.
I mean, you can hate Harbaugh all you want, but the man's been on the team 15 years, been coaching the team for 15 years. We almost were lucky enough to get Jason Garrett, and he turned us down.
Oh, hell.
So,
I don't miss that move.
Right.
As the number one Raven hater,
thank God for the wire.
All I know is that as long as John Harbaugh is coaching the team, I got a shot of a blunder and them losing. So I'm fine with it till 2025.
What I like about Harbaugh is that.
So tell me how many wins, how many coaches have you had the 15 years, and how many?
Let's see. Let's count from back. Frank Wright, who is regressing.
How many?
Frank Wright. Brain dead Jim Caldwell. Where'd he come from? Oh yeah, the Ravens.
No. Don't you tell that lie. He came from the Colts to the Ravens. And then he went to Detroit. Don't tell that lie that he came from
it's
got him from you.
It's these Colts fans, man. Right. They just make up stuff, man.
Hey, you are absolutely correct.
He was trying you.
No, I wasn't trying him. I did forget he came after we got rid of him. He came here. He was but he turned around Flacco that one year, so hey.
No, that was
no. He did not.
That
again,
was, yeah.
Don't tell that lie again.
Look, dude.
No, I know you don't. I know you're not watching. That's you can't see what I'm doing. I'm pointing every time.
He tried. I think the first time he really messed up. Oh, wait a minute.
No, I messed up with Caldwell.
443-267-6558.
Yeah, we've had horrible coaching.
Caldwell took the ball, put the air in the ball, and we went to Cincinnati and threw the ball all over the place. Went to Detroit, threw the ball all over the place. He completely forgot about Vontae Leach. He completely forgot about the offensive line, how strong offensive line was to run the ball. He put the air in the ball. And you ask anybody at the Castle.
So does the head coach have a headset on during the game?
He got a job.
The head coach has a headset on during the game, right? And he can say, "No, I don't like this play," or switch it up, Jim. Right? I'm asking because I've never heard what is in a headset in an NFL coach. But I'm thinking if he's got headsets on the sideline and the play is not working, folding your arms and kicking dirt doesn't help the team out. And, it's easy to say, hey, Lamar, you want to go for it?
I've been hearing this bull.
Hell yeah, coach, I'm going to go for it.
Flacco for years. Everybody says, oh, he sits by himself. I got pictures right now of Lamar sitting by himself doing nothing with his sunglasses on and his cover-up on.
Well, we were winning that game, weren't we?
For some point. If you at the game, you watch when the Colts come off. I mean, the team comes off the field and put your binoculars on Flacco. He was always looking at stuff, processing it, and then handing off the stuff. He just didn't sit there looking at the playbook or the tablet for the entire series that a Tom Brady or a Peyton Manning or somebody would do. But he never just came on the sideline and sat down and didn't look at the plays or didn't get talked to.
You talking about Flacco, that last part?
Well, I hope the Ravens are stupid enough not to sign Lamar so he can be our stopgap quarterback.
Y'all get Flacco available.
Lamar's about to get $320 million.
Actually, as a Raven fan, I don't think that's what he's holding out for. I like Lamar because I think Lamar wants to win.
Did you wait? Did you hear what he just said?
I don't think it's about the money.
You just said, as a Ravens fan, you just said
I'm
that.
talking about you guys. As Raven fans,
I
you
ain't hear
don't
that.
see. You guys don't see. I don't think, as a Raven fan, that shouldn't. He's not looking for that type. He's not that dude. He's not that flashy dude.
I don't think he's looking for money. I don't think he's looking for a big
I think
payday
he wants
either. I
to
agree with
win
you
a
on that.
Super Bowl.
I agree with that.
And I don't think he's that type that doesn't deserve. Like, I don't deserve $50 million because I haven't proven myself yet. I love. It's gonna be hard for me to talk Lamar. I can clown him when he loses because I love it when the Ravens lose. I love Lamar. You're not gonna hear me say nothing bad.
I need to save all this.
You
man.
can.
Are you recording this?
You can go to my page. I make fun of Lamar when the team loses.
I got you.
But I get it. He's that guy. He almost could get me to
You a
invest in
Ravens
something
fan.
for Lamar.
Tell the truth. You're a Ravens fan.
Never.
You like the Ravens.
Never.
You like? Would you want Lamar to be on your team?
I would love him to be in Colt Blue with a number 8.
But you might as well have the number 8 in purple. You're a Ravens fan.
Not at all, man.
Hey, Troy, can we just pause for 30 seconds? I need, and listen, I shut up because you and my man been giving it to him, right? I just need a better explanation because what he gave us is for Gazy. How can you say you're a fan of the Stars? The fan of what's the name? Which were both pretty good football teams, just a crappy
Stallions
league.
and
The Stallions and the Stars were both pretty good football teams. The CFL brought us, yes.
Yep.
They did so.
The Stars won with Calvin Bryant as their running back.
All Baltimore teams, professional teams, have won a title here.
Yes,
Might as well stay.
So it was crappy leagues.
Fan.
Crappy leagues, good teams. So I'm fine with that. So how can you say
Watch your mouth.
that
The Blast won 30 in a row one year.
we're not talking soccer? We talking about the football team.
We're
We're talking about spring and summer football.
Okay.
Ask him.
Yes. But here's my question. How is it that when we finally got a strong team of our own, you only gave them 364 days because you gave them one day that you loved them, but you gave them 364 days and then jumped ship on them. You are a true Coast fan because your ass going to be moving in the middle of the night just like that.
So you got to figure like this, and we never discussed that. When they came here in 96, they were horrible. But they drafted 2 Hall of Famers on that team. And you saw them get better. Then they got rid of Marcia Broda, who may have been the worst coach. The retread.
Okay.
The nostalgia. Let's bring Marcia Broda back to Baltimore.
I agree. Okay.
You go out and get an offensive guru. Who happen to have.
Now, wait a minute. At this point, are you a fan? Are you a Ravens fan?
I'm a Ravens fan.
Okay.
You get an offensive guru who, in hindsight, had Randall Cunningham, Randy Moss, Chris Carter, Robert Smith. That made him an offensive guru.
Okay.
Then they got better.
Yeah.
But then it was a roller coaster with the Ravens, and you can Google it.
Well, that hasn't changed.
5-11, 10-6, 3-13. It just was that roller. I don't know if they were 3-13, but it was that roller coaster. And this guy preached offense. Ozzie we trust. That's what you guys love saying. How many bust wide receivers did he bring into this town? So it was just a lot of things. So it wasn't 1 year. It was a build-up. Same way people don't go to Camden Yards anymore. It was a build-up.
Wait.
First thing he said to me when I walked in the studio, we got to catch some Oriole games. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know about that because I've been supporting this rebuild for 4 to 5 years now. And I can't keep investing in it, and you're trading away pieces this week.
Yeah.
And Baltimore is really going to be sick when they trade Trey Mancini.
That's true.
And people aren't prepared for it, but it's coming. So it wasn't just 365 days I miss home. I said it was a build-up to it. Once the NFL got broadened with the cable deals, it allowed me to see that blue and white again and miss it. And they weren't good until Peyton got there. And it was a reason why Peyton was the number 1 pick. Because they were horrible the 2 years before he got there.
Okay. So
It wasn't overnight to answer
how many years were you in for the Ravens? Because here's where you about to
6 to about 2002 or 3.
So
Let me tell you.
Okay, because you know where I'm going.
I can tell you exactly when I stopped. When the left guard, I'm talking about a dead man, I'm sorry, but when the left tackle had 30 yards of penalties in the playoff game against Tennessee. That when Zeus had two stupid penalties, and it pushed El Greco into because it changed the field position toward the end of that fourth quarter.
So that's when you left the Ravens.
And that's what we were stuck in traffic, and I remember saying, I don't know if Daryl's listening. I remember saying to Daryl, like, I can't do this anymore. And he's like, why? I was like, because I want to fit in. That's why I'm supporting this team. I want to come to games with y'all. I want to tailgate with y'all.
Yale, I'm ignoring that comment that you just made. Right, but he typed something that he said the Orioles are the Washington Commanders of the major. I don't want to talk.
And you know what? Somebody put into me because I was preparing myself for them to be the Nashville Orioles. I thought because we couldn't get the stadium deal.
Yeah,
and it's no different. Nashville, booming town. Booming
I want to
city.
switch you though. I'll put you back.
But I prepared for that. So I'm not saying the Orioles aren't the Commandos, but
got a call?
They're still here.
Oh, Yale's back. But wait a minute. But you said you left in 2002. So you were.
I think that was 2003.
Here's the thing: they had already won the Super Bowl. You were there while they were winning the Super Bowl. You was Ravens.
Right.
So Chris McAllister and all that stuff. So
that was toward the. I mean, I'm somebody that laughed knowing that Chris McAllister now is living in his parents' basement. Like I'm like. He was the highest paid NFL player now, and he's living in his parents' basement. So I was kind of like, and I know this is live, so if he goes
it don't matter.
But beat me down, whatever. But
it would be all right.
But I'm just saying though, I mean, he showed up in the Ford 650 truck.
I'm not understanding you. So
just didn't like. I started
to say you
I didn't like Billick. I didn't like the product. I didn't like Dion, my favorite athlete of all time. They brought him in. That Rock locker room was horrible. You had two Hall of Famers.
But look how far down the line you are. Look,
I'm just talking about things that
but
I
you
didn't
was
come
in.
back. Because I could have came back in 2012. I could have came back in 2012.
You was clearly rooting for him in the Super Bowl. You had to be rooting for the Ravens.
Against the 49ers?
Yes.
Of course not.
You was rooting for the 49ers?
Of course.
Why?
Because I hate the Ravens.
You don't hate the Ravens. Look, you hung in there. I was under the impression that you was like, all right, I'm watching the Ravens. I'm pulling for the Ravens. I don't like the six. That's years.
But they've been here 20 now.
Bruh, you said you left after 6 seasons or 7 seasons, right?
6 seasons.
Right. So all those years, nobody was slapping anybody playing spades and none of this.
I'm not besmirching anybody's good name. It was a lot of shenanigans going on with those guys. And if you're supporting the team, all right, you're an Orioles fan.
Let me be clear.
If you saw Mike Mussina at the Baja Club back in the day, the
yeah.
night before he was pitching.
No, it would have been
the Baja Club was the hot spot.
It would have been that
him and Mike Devereaux was in Baja all the time. But
what's the dude that he talked trash against Barry Bonds. I'm not afraid to pitch to Barry Bonds, and Barry Bonds rocked him. That picture we had. He was the partying dude and the drinker. I can't think of his name.
You're not talking about Armando.
No,
okay.
no. He was a starter. But go ahead.
If you saw it and you coming to that game Sunday afternoon, but Saturday night you saw him and he got shelled, you would feel a certain way like, yo, why was he in the club? Why was he doing this? Baltimore Ravens, this was their town. And that's how the team carried it. And that's because to me, we were getting a roller coaster. You cannot have that dominant defense that they have and get to one Super Bowl.
But that's not.
So can I chime in?
No, you've been chiming in for an hour. Take your nap before you gotta get up at 12:53. Jeez.
Okay, I'll stop. But I was just gonna say I agree with you on the Billick era. Because there's no reason that the Ravens didn't win 2 or 3 more Super Bowls.
But that's not the players' fault.
But you can't tell me my reasoning for walking away wasn't right. I did, and I said it. It was under the Billick era. It just was like, this is not. I can't support this because it's no different than the Orioles under Mike Hargrove. It was killing me when he was there because it was like, come on, this is bad. So
But I don't understand why you were a Colts fan when they had so many bad coaches
Yeah,
before Tony Dungy got there
contradicting
and
yourself.
after Tony Dungy left.
Well, who were the bad coaches after Tony Dungy left? When Tony Dungy left, who became the head coach?
Jim Caldwell.
And
Did
this
you leave?
man-
Did you leave the team?
Did I leave the team?
Did you leave? Did you?
No, because let me tell you why. No, we had players that overcome his stupidity. That's what it was. That man lost the playoff game by calling back-to-back timeouts. I know you can't call back-to-back timeouts. So it went from a 51-yard field goal to a 36-yard field goal.
But
that was it for me with him. I'm like, I can't do it.
But you didn't leave the team.
Because he was fired.
Here's the thing.
He was fired.
Here's the thing.
So was Billet.
Okay.
Billet was fired, and then y'all got another dumb coach who
Bruh.
Lamar saved his job.
And we got another championship.
The same thing that you saw with the Ravens when Harbaugh came here is the same thing Harbaugh did. What was the first thing? What was the first move that Harbaugh made as head coach? He got rid of Chris McAllister.
He got what?
He got rid of Chris McAllister. He got rid of the all-stars
but I'm
in the
not a fan
locker
of this
room.
club at
He
this
made
point, so I don't
everybody
care that
equal.
he's
It
trying to
pissed
be
off Ed Reed and it pissed off Ray Lewis.
But
they
I'm not a
went-
fan
they
of the
went to
team at this
three
point, so I
straight
don't
AFC
care.
championship games. You can't argue that.
My thing is, you when you're saying it's a bad product, at first you said you weren't talking about the wins and losses. You was talking about the character of the players. That's what you said at first.
right.
But then as you started explaining more, then you're saying it's a roller coaster. We five in
but
this.
The character of the players makes you open the eyes to look at the bigger picture and
So-
not just the wins.
So you believe that the Colts were angels? You believe that, right? I just want to make sure.
What are you talking about? We had steroid we gave Steroid Marinovich a second chance.
So
I mean, like,
this is what I'm saying.
Mandarich, not Marinovich.
Right.
Mandarich.
But this is what I'm saying.
So
If there's
what?
issue, so why is that okay? And you didn't leave the Colts, who are not the home team, which is what you claim, Baltimore this, Baltimore
Because
that.
I saw where it was getting better with the Colts. I saw where the team was getting better. When
So that
Caldwell
doesn't
called
sound that doesn't sound like bandwagon to
not
you,
at all.
Bruh.
Not at all. If I stuck with them through the land, I've had plenty of time after Andrew Luck. I hated Noodle Arm Phillip Rivers.
You were invested then.
It's not even that about invested. I'm a grown man. If I don't want to root for him, I can just be like,
Yeah.
hey, and then I'm a dumb that
Y'all haven't drafted a quarterback that was worth anything since Andrew
No, we
Luck.
haven't. But Frank Wright, he's got to win this year because they gave up a pick for Carson Wentz because he thought he could fix Carson Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
I was a Jacoby
You gave up 3 picks for
Brissett.
Carson Wentz
I'm
and
a
1
Jacoby
pick for
Brissett fan. Ramon, who was
Yeah, I would
chiming
too.
in, bought me a Jacoby Brissett jersey because I thought we had our quarterback of the future.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that decision.
Mm-hmm.
And then to get rid of him for Noodle Arm Phillip Rivers. So let me tell you the quarterbacks I've had since Andrew Luck left.
Okay.
Jacoby Brissett,
Mm-hmm.
Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz, and now Matt Ryan. I'm missing somebody.
There's somebody in there missing. There's somebody you're missing somebody in there.
Oh,
There's somebody that can.
Who am I missing?
Say it again. Name him again.
I'm mad that I had all this study. Y'all done pissed me off.
He
I done lost
He
it.
done took a test before he
It was-
came in.
Of course, because I had to come firing bullets.
Right.
But we've had
you
5
misfiring. Go
so
ahead.
I'm missing Brissett. But my point is, if I was a bandwagoneer and I absolutely love Lamar, it would be so easy to say in these 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland, I'm coming back home. I could have did a LeBron, but I didn't because it just doesn't.
So you
it's
so
not-
you did so
I'm
now.
riding or dying with the team that I can now see whenever I want.
But now, for your same reasons that you left the Ravens, if you started seeing and hearing about your players just doing foul stuff, ignorant, you're not leaving.
No. And because we're talking about now, I'm at an age in my life where you guys are asking me why I'm not a fan. I'm not saying what I thought was right. I'm just explaining why. I'm older now. In hindsight, the incident I saw with the punch, that should have never happened. But how many times have I double parked somewhere waiting for somebody
I've
to come
seen you.
outside, do it. So
I seen you.
I can
What
kinda-
hotel? What we at Towson? I seen you somewhere.
Oh, I came down to come pick up the tickets. I drove down to do not enter.
That's right.
Double park. 'cause they
Kids
were-
running out the way.
Because I
Dogs.
was picking up tickets behind the plate for the Oreos. I'm selfish. I'll tell you. This guy right here.
But you're not on the
I'm
team.
Old enough now, but I'm old. Now I'm like, oh, Chris just wanted a double cheeseburger. But back then, man, if you don't move this
What?
Bentley, so
What's up, right?
But you know the one thing he keep missing?
What's that?
He can't see the Colts out in the club and seeing the Colts doing this dumb shit because he don't live in Indianapolis.
That's true.
I said that though.
That's a great
So
point.
let me give you my theory about why I joke about you guys stealing the Browns. All right, this is what I used to say, and it would piss people off.
Okay.
Bob Irsay, this city was his wife, and he cheated on his wife through the back door. Cleveland was Art Modell's wife, but we dangled keys to a Jaguar, a kitty for a new stadium, and he pulled the Harlem Knights. Yeah, put your mother on the phone.
Nope.
I ain't never coming home
Nope.
again.
Nope. Nope.
So, is it
Nope.
better to leave your
Nope.
wife through the front door
Cleveland-
or pick up the phone and
Cleveland-
say, yeah, honey, it's me. I ain't never coming home again.
Cleveland
so
built-
Baltimore
Cleveland
was
built-
sunshine.
No. Cleveland built
And Art
a
Modell
new
said,
stadium for the
oh,
for the
Richie.
Cleveland
Wait.
built a new stadium for the Indians. They built a new basketball arena for the Cavaliers.
Totally agree.
They built the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Totally agree.
and they built
I totally agree. But Baltimore dangled stadium money, and he picked up the phone
right.
and said, yeah, you
And why
put
did
your mother on
Baltimore?
the
Why
phone.
was Baltimore able to dangle? And actually, Art Modell is the one that came to Baltimore because after we had put together a package to try to get a team before Houston, and we were rejected. Art Modell said, "Is that offer still on the table? Because I can't get a stadium in Cleveland, and they put all these venues up, and told me to go kick rocks."
But Art
And
Modell
that's
was
why he
also,
left Cleveland.
But Art Modell was also in financial trouble because he couldn't get the luxury suites. He was paying Andre Rison a ridiculous amount of money. There were factors that
he
was
sure
in
was.
play. There were factors in play. But bottom line, he cheated on his wife. He walked out the front door, and Irsay went out the back door. And the only reason they got it, the only thing they got right with the Browns was the Baltimore Ravens should still be the Baltimore Colts. They should have kept the colors and the history here.
And why didn't they?
Because they didn't know better then. You had the
No,
Oakland
you're a
Raiders,
liar.
Los
You're
Angeles
wrong. You're either a
Raiders.
liar or
They
you're
didn't
wrong.
know better.
Art
You
Modell
had
went to
the St. Louis
Ursay. You can
Rams.
look it up. Art Modell went to Ursay and said,
The
"I want to
Cardinals
buy
have been in
this.
St. Louis.
I want the names back." And he said, "It'll cost you $60 million." Look it up.
Okay,
look
I
it
will.
up.
I'll look it up.
I don't
I'll look
remember
it up.
I don't remember the amount,
And
but he did.
Modell,
But the
Modell
thing
said,
is, it was
Modell
unprecedented
said,
then.
"I'm taking
If it was
the
your
team,
team,
I'm
you
leaving
could do what
everything
you
here
wanted
for
to
y'all."
do. How did Arizona get the St. Louis Cardinals? Because it was
As far as keeping the name, you mean?
Yeah, it was just you didn't worry about that then. It wasn't but when they were leaving Cleveland, it was the talk of expansion. So you can say, all right, Cleveland's getting the next team, and which is stupid.
No,
because
Cleveland knew when the team was leaving, they were keeping it. They knew they were getting another team
Right.
when they left.
Right. They knew they
Baltimore
were
didn't know that.
Right. And I'm
Nope.
not saying
Both of
it's
y'all
right
are
or
wrong.
wrong.
What do
Both
you
of
mean?
y'all are wrong.
No, I'm right.
Both of y'all are wrong.
Yo, man,
We
take
can
an
hang up
intro.
now.
Take an
When-
intro,
when-
and we'll
when-
call you back
when
at
the-
midnight, man.
Go ahead. Yeah, where
When the
am I
Browns
wrong?
left- When the Browns left, then the mayor of Cleveland at the time went crying to the NFL. And they said, "We're going to give you back because of the history and tradition." And you, as a Colts fan, know, and you said it, the history and tradition of the Colts should have stayed in Baltimore. There's just as much history with the Baltimore Colts as there was for the Cleveland Browns. The greatest game ever played was between the Giants and the Baltimore Colts. There's the reason that the NFL expansion happened the way it happened when they merged with the AFL was because then owner Art Modell agreed to bring the Browns from the from the NFL over to the AFC, along with the Roonies did it with the Steelers. They were the only two teams that were NFL teams that came over to the AFC, and they could have been the NFC and AFC. That merger wouldn't have happened. Art Modell made that happen. Art Modell, from his sick bed, agreed to the contract for Monday Night Football. He was in the hospital football. So it's a completely different situation, because everything that Art Modell ever asked for from Cleveland was, give me a stadium, and they told him to kick rocks.
So in
Now
1958, did
I'm
you have a good
eat
seat
my
at
steak
that
and watch
game?
this white boy shoot this basketball.
So in 1958, did you have a good seat at that championship game, or?
I wasn't there, but my stepfather was there, but I wasn't there.
You weren't there?
However, since you're a Colts fan, I know you can't do math. I'll be 60 this year. Means I was born in 62, not 58.
he tried to harass you, man. But look, no, Cleveland knew that they were going to get a team, even though when
they actually did not. They actually did not know.
I
When you
knew.
said expansion. They didn't know. It was the fait accompli, but they got a team. There wasn't an expansion. They gave them a team. They constituted and put together a package to give Cleveland a team, which they never even tried to do for the Colts. They never tried to do it for the Colts, and they never did it for Baltimore, and they never did it with Oakland either. Oakland had to beg, borrow, and steal to get the Raiders to come back. The two cities in this country that got screwed when NFL teams left was Baltimore and Oakland.
Oh, so St. Louis.
And the Cardinals almost came here. I almost bought a Baltimore Cardinals T-shirt when they were selling their head company in Security Mall, when they were talking about Bill Bilwell.
Well, I
here.
definitely bought a Baltimore's Brown shirt from Patapsco Flea Market. So
dude,
say y'all what,
dude. No,
I definitely bought a Baltimore Browns T-shirt. Patapsco, they were selling out.
They try to get ahead of the curve, man.
Out with the Baltimore Browns.
You can get what movie's out right now? That was like bootleg.
Oh, they had the Browns hat in Art We Trust. Yeah,
Yep.
That's what we should try to find.
But Art Modell said
defenses,
he was leaving. When he left, he said he's leaving the team and the history, the name and the history there for so they could get another team. But Modell, your boy Irsay said, screw Baltimore. I'm taking everything with me.
No, he picked up the phone. He said, hey, it's Artie. Put your mother on the phone. Yeah, it's me. Never coming home again.
And let me ask you this. Did he not unretire retired Hall of Fame jerseys?
And that how does that move me? I wish cancer on a coach. Said players are dead. I don't care about unretired jerseys. We talking about
So you think it should be a number 19 playing for the Indianapolis Colts?
I would have no problem with a number 19.
Well, see now,
That's me.
But no, if you are a Colts fan.
If Keyshawn Johnson came to the Colts, and he wanted number 19, I'd have been fine with Keyshawn wearing 19.
Taking Johnny Unitas.
I don't care.
My question to you. Now I'm just going to talk to you as a Colts fan. Baltimore Colts.
Okay.
Indianapolis Colts. You have no problem. You talking about.
I'm gonna tell the worst story ever. The only time I felt bad about being a Colts fan.
You ain't no Colts fan, man. I'm convinced now.
Troy Johnson, former of 92Q, now a weatherman in Mississippi.
Yep. No.
Used to come and hang out with me at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
There was a restaurant outside of a store called Cactus Willie's. It was like an all-you-need joint.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had I had my '88 Marvin Harrison jersey on. John Mackey comes out of Cactus Willie's.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm with Troy, and I elbowed Troy, and I was like, Troy, that's John Mackey. He's like, no way. I'm a Colts fan. I was like, Mr. Mackey. He said, man, where'd you get that Raymond
Chester jersey?
I felt so bad because I knew his story and he was going through the Alzheimer's. I was like, oh man, I've had this since I was a kid. Troy was like, don't tell him that's a Marvin Harrison. I felt so bad. That's the only time I felt bad. Because he was like, yeah, Marvin Harrison, this is once he left. Yeah, it's no way Marvin Harrison should be wearing an '88 blue Colt jersey. Marvin Harrison was the greatest wide receiver in the game at that time. I had no problem with his '88. So
I'm just saying.
I'm not that one.
But was the jersey retired? Johnny Hughes is retired. You have no
Yeah.
problem somebody coming back saying because
Because what happened? But it is retired at end. They retired. So this is where.
well they took everything
They took
there.
everything with them.
Right.
So they took the records with them.
Right.
So, but that okay. Would I be upset? Peyton Manning broke every one of Johnny U's records. Does that bother me?
Before we go there, I need you to stay with Johnny. So you think there's nothing wrong with
It
that?
ain't
I have no
about
problem if
breaking
somebody-
his records. It's about the fact that the respect is there. If you're going to say a franchise does not retire jerseys, retire numbers, as the Raiders have said, as the Ravens have said, they're not retiring jerseys. But
I
it'll
care
be
more
a
about
long
finding
time
good
before anyone
Chinese
wears a
food in East
52,
Baltimore
if
than I care
ever.
about
It'll be a
retiring.
long time
Well, you
before
should
someone
go-
wears
you
a
should go to,
75,
China
if
Shop.
ever.
I will say this: I have a problem with it, with the exception being Biner in the Ring of Honor. I don't have a problem if they take his out. That they can take him out of the Ring of Honor. But anyway, why would you take him out? Why is he
That's
in?
your team.
Yeah. I don't think he should be in there. But anyway, did we lose somebody? You all right? You ain't got a fro under there now, do you? Okay, he's still moving.
Ed night for people.
That's why I know I really
Let's-
like Troy, because I committed to this date the night of the NCAA title game.
I don't think we thought that far ahead though.
Oh, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
We said April 4th. I was like, ooh. Yeah, I could.
You still watching it? You can check it or whatever.
No, I'm just saying.
I give you credit for coming in, man. You agreed right away.
Because I thought this would be a logical discussion on how delusional Raven fans can be and why it's not hate.
And
It's clearly hate.
And we find out it's delusional Colts fans.
Yes.
I
It's
don't
delusional
think so.
Ravens
It's
fans.
clearly hate, man.
I mean, I'm on Facebook when the Ravens are up 23-7, and
But-
then the silence when they lose 24-23. Because
That's-
my post is, hey everybody, did Facebook go down? Because I haven't seen a Raven post.
I've seen you do that.
And it's, to me, you talk about bandwagon and fair weather. I'm going to say this. That's 70% of your fan base.
I will say
think
this.
there's 30% that are diehards that I respect. But it's those ones that's in Heck Company buying Ravens Super Bowl jerseys and T-shirts and then talking about, Lamar can't throw.
I will give you that.
We can't win with that non-traditional quarterback. Then he runs for 104 yards. Oh, he's the most dynamic player. Fan weather. I was there
I will
for
give
the
you
Colts
that.
Raven game this year. The Colts, the fans were giving me the blues. And all I kept praising was Lamar's dynamics. He did something. One of my boys was there. I was like, yo, that's why I hate him. He hit the circle button twice and still got 30 yards.
Yeah.
So my problem with Ravens are the fans as well. That's part of my
Well, it's
delusional
because-
crazy folk.
I will say that I argue probably more. The last 2 years, I've argued on Facebook more
With Ravens.
with Raven fans.
No,
I will admit that.
with supposed Raven fans.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Because your dieharders see the big picture.
it's
So we do, and this is true for all teams, but definitely here in this town, there are a lot more Lamar fans and Ravens fans than they are football fans. They didn't know who Lamar was coming out of college. Troy will tell you that story. They didn't.
But I'll also tell you, I thought Ozzie was a fool to draft. So as a sports fan,
Are you about to be on Yale's side? Finish that. What you
I
doing?
thought he was an absolute fool to trade into the first round to grab him. But that hindsight is 2020.
Y'all
I would've
actually in
never-
agreement.
I would have never, because the Ravens just don't give. The one thing the Ravens are so good at is the second, third, fourth, fifth round. The organization is the best at that. But it's rare that they have a first rounder that has panned out. So I was like, Patrick Johnson to me is the biggest bust, but he was a high second round pick. They don't have busts. They find the Adelius Thomas. They find the Zadarius Smiths. And it shows what they are. So I thought they was crazy. And Lamar literally saved Harbaugh's job. Because they had given up on the season and said, Let's see what we got. Let's put them in. 6 in
I
a
would-
row.
I would say this is the most positive stuff I've ever heard you say about the
I
Ravens.
always
You
talk
never,
positive about Lamar.
you never post. I never
do
see the post.
I can go. I post positive about Lamar because I don't understand how people kill him. Like, he'll have passed for 300 yards. He'll have a subpar game, and people kill him. I'll be like, he just passed for 380, ran for 100. The Colt game. They get ready to
Where
put
you
me
at?
out.
Where you at, Rock?
I am. That's my timer. Let me know to get off this craziness so I can watch my game.
Yeah.
But
About to leave too.
I'm agree with you. I'm going to agree
We
with
living
you
in-
to a point, to a small point. I'm agree with you to a small point. But the fact is, people, Harbaugh had already planned to get rid of Flacco, and
Okay.
I guarantee you, if Lamar is not on a team, Flacco finishes that season. They sat Flacco down. He got injured, and they knew they were never going back. And I don't think Joe was as injured as they said he was injured, because they knew they were going in another direction. So on that, you all have a good night.
Have a
Troy,
good one.
I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow and tell you about how this white boy shoots this ball. I don't even know his name.
Make
I don't
sure
know
you
his
drink
jersey
one
number.
glass of milk before you
but-
go to bed.
And don't forget, you'll be here in a few weeks.
I sure will.
the,
And
draft-
You know
draft-
what? You should have your boy come with us. Have him come on down for
You
draft.
want to come down?
For,
the week of the
show.
draft.
No, because the Colts are stupid and they traded their
No.
first round pick away for
Right.
for-
They don't have a
for
pick until
Case
like the
Carson
third
Wentz.
round.
So I don't need to watch the draft until
No, it'll
Saturday.
be the Monday. So it's before. When's the draft? Thursday? When is that? It's Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday night.
Yeah, we're here on Monday. You can come in.
No, because I don't want to talk about y'all, my team. Now, it shows you how stupid what the Commodores gave us third round picks for somebody that was going to get cut. So I don't have no. So yeah, I might be able to come down. We do have a few picks.
We can talk a little bit.
Stupid Commodores.
Hey.
Lionel Richie sail on.
Hey, yeah, yeah. Who did the Saints did something today?
They traded. They swapped picks with.
They got like 2 first round.
No,
They
swapped
gave up.
first round
They
picks.
gave up 16. The Eagles gave up 16. 16 and 18 to move up, to move back to 19 or something. So it was 3 picks that were traded completely
And the
up.
Eagles had that pick because the Colts. That was the pick for.
Oh yeah.
Case Carson Wentz. That's why I don't need to watch the draft. This year.
But you might have to come visit.
I
you
might
might have
call
to come
in
visit.
and be on the phone for an hour like Yale. I might enjoy that more than anything.
Oh, we're gonna
You
definitely.
should, because I know you can't stay up that late because you got to go to kindergarten the next day. You your young self.
That's fine with me, man. I ain't gotta take a nap before the national championship game, so I'm good, man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna look for
So,
whatever.
yeah,
you-
And
we-
please call in after Carolina blitz Kansas today.
Is he gone?
I really don't
Oh.
care who wins the game. I'm just waiting for Maryland to come back with Lefty Gazelle and win it.
They got a Gary
The
Williams
Turk-
clothes, and Turk fans don't see it because they don't know anything but what they know. They got one of the best
he gone?
coaches,
Oh,
and that's why I can't do sports in this area, man, because people don't.
it's
They got
everybody
a
but
Gary
you.
Williams clone. That's what they've been dying for.
Mhm.
That's what they've been. He won at Seton Hall. Jersey City may be the only city that's worse than Baltimore.
Yo,
He got people to come to Jersey City. That's why Shaheen is going to fit right in. He got 11 mile drive from
man.
St. Pete to that. But anyway, let
We
Yale
need-
go.
We need go ahead, Yale, man. Get into
Can
your
I hang
game.
up on him? Oh.
Get into your
I'll
game.
talk to y'all. Have a good night. I'll be listening in.
All right, I'm gonna try to get Phil to come back in here.
Nah, I don't have to after this.
I'm gonna try to get him in here.
Because these Raven fans are psycho.
Maybe the one thing you did say, and I saw you when I saw you at Maryland Live, and Earl Thomas was there,
My
and
guy.
and he came by because you was like,
That's
you don't
my
even know who
guy.
that is.
Yep,
and,
you didn't even know? I was
No,
like,
no,
Earl?
no.
Oh, okay.
I knew it was him, but you said, okay, you ain't like the rest of them so-called fans. They ain't even know. And that's when I like Earl Thomas. Then
Earl Thomas was my guy. I like him for other reasons y'all did.
we'll talk when the camera.
Well, it's the same reason he got in trouble. That's why I like Earl Thomas.
Well,
anybody say anything bad about Earl Thomas, they can call in. I'll deal with you. Don't say nothing bad
Look,
about Earl Thomas.
we saw him before we saw you. We saw him, and the person giving me attitude was a girl. I don't know if that was his wife or not.
Shit, we're not gonna talk about.
Okay, the person that was there.
Geico. We don't mention what's wrong with you.
Well, he ain't on the team. I'm like you. He ain't on the team.
Yeah, but that's
he ended up blocking
Anyway,
for Derrick Henry. So
anyway,
I'm done with that.
About that. Well, it's because of him you guys didn't get Bobby Wagner.
That's why we didn't get him?
Right.
What'd he do?
Him and Earl are real good friends.
Oh, are they?
And he talked to Earl before he made the decision. Now, he wanted to stick it to Seattle he gets Seattle 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to do that. But he has said he definitely is in touch with Earl Thomas. He spoke with him before.
Well, the players didn't want him on the team. Like, do you have his number? You have Earl Thomas's number?
I may have it.
Where's your phone? Let me see your phone.
Which one?
Give me one of them. Just unlock it.
We don't need to unlock it. We don't need to talk to Earl.
I had no problem talking about
Earl's
Earl
good
Thomas.
people.
Text him my number.
Sure.
Where, you know what? I'll look him up on social media. I'm gonna take a picture of you.
One,
None?
no. Why would he have a social media page? His wife is chasing him around with a gun.
Oh, well then that wasn't her. Okay, I get it.
I
But
said his wife. I didn't.
I'm
say
just
who that
saying.
was, who
But the lady that was there was giving me attitude. Like I wasn't going to approach him. I just happened to look, and I was like, and she saw me react that I knew who he was.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like right on top of it, and I was letting him chill because that was during the season. I
Weren't
think.
you coming to see Patty? Why you can't?
No, I wasn't coming to see Patty.
Who
I was
y'all
there.
coming
Why
to
was
see?
I there?
It wasn't. Was it 112? I can't remember.
No, it wasn't. No, you talking about that was Babyface we saw, but it wasn't that day. That was Babyface when we got to do the backstage thing. But no, but I need to talk to you anyway before you leave. You got to stay till at least 9:35.
Oh, that's cool.
So I can ask you some questions because I need to talk to you about another show. Anyway.
Just like a Raven fan,
Anyway.
going to berate me for 90 minutes.
That's right.
And look for a hookup.
That's right. Oh, yeah, man, that's everybody.
Horrible.
That's everybody. I can't double park. If I need to go flying through the parking lot to get tickets, I do the same thing. But now, I'm going to give you the same option. I'm going to tell you about the Ravens schedule. I'm going to let you pick. Because you're going to be honest.
All right, I'm going to be honest.
Honest, man, we still clear on time? We good? Okay, check this out. We got our usual suspects. Man, let me make sure nobody said anything. What's up, Freddie Reynolds? Okay, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. What we going to do with those games? We're going to beat at home first. Are we beating the Bengals?
Yes. It's
Okay.
the home, yes.
Home game, yep.
You beat the
Now, we don't know the order, of
Right.
course.
You
Okay.
beat the Bengals.
Browns,
Beat the Browns.
Steelers.
Beat the Steelers.
All right, Bills.
No.
Okay. Dolphins. Who the Dolphins? The Dolphins just got.
The Dolphins are to the Ravens what the Jaguars are to the Colts. No, they lose to the Dolphins.
We beat the Dolphins. Okay, but I'm going to give you the L.
They lose to the Dolphins.
We just happened to lose last year. Don't even get me started on that.
They were 0-15 and y'all lost to the Dolphins.
Because now that was
that was different.
No.
See what I mean?
No.
What I'm saying?
I'm not denying that. We
that
should
was
have
different.
run the ball. I forgot who the quarterback was.
Who was the coach calling the play?
That's what it was. Billy. Billy. He decided to kick a field goal and let it go into overtime when we was driving down the field. I agree with you. We shouldn't have lost that game. But anyway,
Lose to the Dolphins.
Falcons. You say we're gonna lose it. We ain't losing. Falcons.
If Baker's the quarterback, I need Baker Mayfield to be there, so I gotta come back to that one.
All right.
I don't know.
Panthers.
No, they don't. I mean, the Ravens beat the Panthers.
All right.
W.
Broncos with Russell Wilson.
L. It's gonna be a lot of L's next to Russell Wilson. L.
All right, we're coming back to the Falcons. You want to come back to the Falcons now? Or you want to think about it? We'll go to the away
Win.
game.
I'll give you the win for the
You
Falcons.
give us that. I think we win that one too. All right, away games. Now you said we're gonna beat the Bengals at home. When we go on the road, we beating the Bengals.
Loss.
Browns,
Win.
Steelers,
Loss. You split.
Trubisky. But
You split with them it's the Steelers. It don't matter. Dwayne
Buccaneers.
Dixon almost won.
That's true.
Buccaneers, Brady picks them apart, win. For the
Now you know,
Buccaneers.
you know we beat Brady though. You know we beat.
L.
We're losing to the Bucks.
Losing
All
to
right,
the Bucks.
All right, we're gonna talk about that later. Jets, If you have
For
to
my
think about
boy
it,
Marvin Nelson.
if you have to think about
For
it,
my boy Marvin Nelson, I'm going with the Jets.
yo, that if we ain't talking,
That's for my homeboy.
we're
That's
not
a
talking
blind
logical.
homer.
Are we gonna talk logical? You ain't from New York. What you mean, Homer?
That's my boys' team. I'm
See.
going with the Jets.
See, you not realistic.
Okay.
Patriots.
Lost. They don't beat Belichick.
What? We always. Oh my God. Saints.
Lost.
We gonna lose to the Saints. You
Yes.
think that? Jags.
Win.
Giants.
Win.
Yo, man, you crazy with this?
Y'all have letdown games.
We
every
do.
year.
We do.
And the Jets would be the perfect letdown game.
Nah.
Zach Taylor, he's. Now, I'm not saying he's great. He's solid.
We
And
gonna
the
see.
Ravens have a way of making solid quarterbacks look like Tom Brady.
We gonna see.
I like the Jets. Mark it down. I like the Jets against the Ravens.
So you got us at. You got all these L's down here. 1, 2, 3. We only gonna win 3 road games.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You say we're gonna go 8 and 6.
No, 9. It's 17 games now. I got y'all at 9 and 8.
Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3.
It's 17 games.
4, 5,
9 and
6,
8.
7,
That
8.
sounds about right.
I only got 8 wins. Wait a minute. Bengals, Browns. Who did I miss? 1, 2.
You might have
3,
missed the L. I
4,
need to
5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's 17 teams. I wouldn't know who you bums are playing. So.
I gotta look at it later.
Okay.
Either way, but you think we go 9 and 8?
9 and 8.
Ah,
9 and 8.
we're gonna talk
You're-
about that.
And here's the deal, though. You're in a division at 9 and 8 could win the division.
Your boy Mo, tell him Mo. He said
Mo.
Mo says we're not losing to Miami, as long as they have Tua, and not the Jets. He said you high,
Jets,
man.
Jets.
You clearly high.
Jets. I like the Jets against the.
You talking about? We ain't talking. You talking about the band?
I'm talking about.
Rocket to you.
Oh,
you
that-
talking about unsung?
Oh, I got a crush on you. We can talk 80s music too.
He's saying bet. He want to bet you.
Mo, we do bet, but can I see a schedule? Can I see a lineup?
It's the Jets. I don't care when they play him.
That's fine.
I,
Mo, I have
will
no
let
problem.
you be a running back.
Mo, how many bottles did we exchange last year? I think we were pretty even on the bottle bets. I'm good.
I need to get you, Mo. Would you come in here?
Oh,
would you come
when-
down here?
Yeah, he would definitely
I need
come.
to have you and Mo.
And Mo's my guy. But Mo knows, and this is why I can call him a Raven fan. Mo bought me the Jacoby Brissett jersey for my birthday. If he even had an inkling of me not being a true Colt fan, he's not going to make that investment. So
I
if
get
anybody out there want to buy me a Matt Ryan jersey for my birthday, I'm cool with that one too.
Mo, let me know if you want to come down. Greg Brightful, he's we got a Cowboy fan in here. Oh, we
Yeah, really, Greg, you might not. I got a lot of bullets for the Cowboys, man. Like, I give Lamar his props. You're not going to get those issues, Greg. I don't know you. I may know you. Who knows? We live in Baltimore, so I'm sure. But, yeah, we don't need no Cowboy. You don't.
Cowboy fans, man. I'm
I
definitely
don't
going to do.
So, I'll go to my Facebook post. Who's worse? Raven fans or Cowboy fans? Cowboys, because at least the Ravens have a realistic chance of winning. Yeah,
All right, Greg.
We're going to stay away from Greg. I got a lot of Cowboy jokes, man. Oh, my goodness, do it.
Oh, what about 5 minutes? 5 minutes ago. Look, I don't know if anybody. Oh, Mo said he come in.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right,
I'm telling you, Mo's a good guy. Mo will come in.
Greg. Will you come in too, Greg? I gotta do the NFC East. Me and you gonna be on
The
team.
NFC least.
Yeah,
The
I don't
least?
like. I have heard from more lately. It's been Cowboy fans reached out first. Phillies come on real strong, and DC. Not as many from the Giants, but
Hey, Greg, when you come in, I'll bring my floppy disk of the pictures of the Cowboys last Super Bowl, bro.
I need to know if you'll come in. Mo, we're gonna work out a day
Mo
for you
loves
and Mo.
his Ravens, but he can be a blind homer sometimes. But Mo hates Harbaugh, so he cool with me.
Oh, Greg said, okay, Greg. All right, we gotta work out something with And you don't care who comes in as long as we not throwing stuff and mess up the equipment, right?
No, we can throw stuff too. We just gonna know.
Yeah, because I'm going to have a talk with him off air. I ain't expect to be attacked by the producer. I expected online attacks. Now I'm getting timeouts from the producer. Timeout.
He's like,
I've been over here taking notes. And I noticed you said something. You gave him 364 days. Like, so the process? Yeah, he's a Baltimore fan. Here
oh,
too.
look,
I can't win.
No.
Bottom line is, I think the Raven fans are spoiled. No, rephrase that.
No, go ahead and get Mo.
The 30% that are diehard fans see it for what it is, and I can respect them. It's that 70% that's at the Green Turtle trying to turn up. They going to Miami for the Miami takeover with DJ Kenny K and Mike Crosby.
Oh,
they flying out to Vegas with no tickets to the game.
That would be now. Hey, that was me.
Sit in that stadium pool, turning up.
I just want to be in the city. I want to be in the city. I ain't got no problem with that.
The craziest folks on the planet.
I got no problem with that.
They who I have a problem with.
I was trying to go when I got engaged. Lord. I was trying to go down to the Super Bowl. No tickets. I just wanted to be in the city.
That's different. The Super Bowl is an event. You wasn't trying to go to Cleveland in 19-degree weather.
Oh, no. Weather got to be right.
All-Star game this weekend. I'm the fool that was in Cleveland for the All-Star game with 12-degree temperature coming off of Lake Erie.
Man.
No, I'm the idiot.
And it's Cleveland. Yeah, of all places.
Like I said.
Oh, never mind. Somebody else made a comment. We're going to, okay, never mind. It's time to go, right?
Was it a Cowboy fan?
No. It was a Raven fan. Somebody real close to me. Yeah, I was trying to go. Yeah, talking about my dad. Oh. Yeah, I was trying to go down there. Oh, I forgot I'm on camera. Never mind. Tread carefully, Brody. Look at that.
You already sold Earl out, so good. I'm glad you saw you, man. Cold law broken again.
That just goes. Let me bring. Oh, Oi. Yeah.
Daniel Nicholson does not count for
anything.
Daniel Nicholson is, I've hated him since 7th grade, so his
Bruh.
opinion don't matter.
We're going to.
No, he can't come. If he come, I'm not coming.
We're going to, Mo.
Uwe.
I'm going to inbox you.
Uwe since 7th grade, and he knows why.
That would be hilarious.
Furniture be moving, man. That's not a good thing.
No, y'all sit side by side.
He one of those idiots that go to Miami to watch them lose every year.
Man, I saw his cave, his man cave, man. Yeah. Yo, now it's been a few years since he showed me, but now I haven't been invited, but I saw the pictures.
His man cave.
The chair. Oh man, that chair. Oh, Mo, call him up. I'm gonna inbox you.
Yeah, I got. He just texted me telling me what a wonderful guy I was.
Oh,
I can't make this up.
I need to see that.
You want to read it on air?
Yeah, I read it. I need to read that.
Read it on air then.
Oh man, it's this morning. Who knows what you did this morning? Wait a minute. Hey man. I know I clown you a lot, and you deserve every bit of it. I am never talking to you ever again.
Man,
no, I ain't putting them out there. I ain't putting that out there.
I love you,
no, boy, I ain't even reading that.
I'm proud of you, homeboy. Rolling Park forever, baby.
Oh, but that's a Rolling Park thing, man. Oh, I know he's gung ho Ravens too.
But he's a delusional gung ho too.
I don't know.
He's delusional.
We gotta set aside a day. Get all three of y'all in here together, because I haven't seen him since Rico.
I got a co-fan I need to bring in then with me too. So
okay,
all right, we can have an open discussion.
We can do this again. Who?
I have a couple of dieharders that are real, not just the fake ones.
Right. You need somebody to help you. I'm still convinced. Let me say this. What time is it? Time?
Yeah.
Almost time. Let me say this real quick though before we go. I'm gonna say this on the serious side. Well, I'll wait till the camera off. I don't need.
You can say it on the serious.
No compliments. No compliments.
This was an open forum.
No. I'm just saying I truly appreciate you coming through. Because when I first reached out to you, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, it's 50-50. I don't even know if he'll if you would come. But you asked the right question. I'm like, oh, he considering coming down, where to go and all that stuff. So I do appreciate it. What's the last? I do appreciate that. So, but I'm still questioning your. I know. No. The most you have ever said positive about the Ravens, I give you that. But when on social media, I don't hear you talk about the Colts hardly at all in comparison.
That's not fun.
Okay.
And
all
you
right.
gotta realize this year when the Ravens played the Colts at M&T, I was there.
Oh,
So
were you?
Live has a suite, so I worked the suite, so I got to be sweet.
I need look. Cover the mic.
So
I'll be calling you.
I had to work the suite, so I got to enjoy the game.
Did you have a jet? You got to wear a uniform or something? You got a jacket?
No, I had on
Okay.
this jersey and this hat,
Because I can work the suite too.
and the Raven fans were booing.
You're supposed
Booing.
to.
I was like, y'all booing because they had a bad quarter. Booing.
Oh, you talking about booing the Ravens?
Yeah, they were booing the Ravens. Lamar comes back, overtime, get the ball, game over. Yay, Lamar's the greatest. They were booing him for 3 quarters.
Now that I couldn't. We were actually in Mexico when that game on our anniversary.
Y'all were
That's
booing him.
That's another thing. When I'll admit that I lost
Booing
the
him.
bet and I had to wear the jersey and that helmet.
There you
When
go.
I lost it,
I will post the pictures of Droid in that beautiful
Nah.
Reggie Wayne jersey he was wearing.
no, I don't even. If you don't have it,
Oh.
because after the day I will delete the last 5 minutes of this tape, and definitely. In fact, I'm only going to show.
This is fun.
I'm
I'm
at the
just
splice
mad
it.
Yale was the person I was fighting with. I'm tired of fighting with his old self. He's just old. He talked about 1958, the merger with CBS.
Well, he had the advantage.
It was 2 networks. Even NBC or CBS was getting it.
He was sitting there with
He's
his
so
computer
old,
too.
ABC wasn't around.
Okay, look. I ain't gonna let you harass my boy now. I ain't gonna let you harass my boy. He ain't here to defend himself.
No, he watching that white boy shoot those jumpers from the corner.
You know what that's? I had to tell you what that's
I
about.
know what that's
Oh, you
from.
saw?
Yeah, I know exactly what that's from. That's why I said they had 3 white boys last year. It didn't work out.
Oh, Mo's down.
Oh,
Mo's down. Mo, Uwe, and Phil.
Ooey here, I'm gone.
Okay, we'll just have Uwe like outside. Don't just say he can't make it. Just have him around the
Oh,
corner.
I'll let you know where we are. We'll figure it out, but Ooey can't.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
That'll be fun.
I can't. Oh man,
But see, Mo, I can logically talk with Ooey is he sees purple and black, so you and him will get along just fine. Just fine. Just you know.
I just know I am so looking forward to this year because now I will be watching. Like I said, you only really comment on the Ravens because it's fun. I will be going out of my way because I don't usually watch other teams that we like. I look at our schedule and I watch these other teams, but I will be watching the Colts.
We will watch the Colt and Jet game somewhere together. We got a sports bar at Merlin
Okay.
Live. We'll figure that out when the schedule comes out. Come down to Live. We'll get a nice booth.
Do we both play the? No, y'all don't play the.
No,
Jets.
we don't play the
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. All right. And then I need to. And you let me find another. Who you say? I might have to get Greg since y'all play the Cowboys. I might have to get him. Cowboy game.
Don't worry about that. Is Zeke Elliott still on the team? Yeah. Is Jerry Jones still owner that team? Cowboys, I don't even waste the energy with them fools no more. It's just I say y'all crazy. They're the most delusional.
I want you to call in when I do Cowboys.
And people gotta realize I do have 2 favorite teams.
Okay, who are they?
It's the Colts and whoever's playing the Ravens. So
Yo, man,
I'm
yo.
okay.
Yo,
So
cut his mic off.
I mean, so I do have a second team.
Mm.
So that's the one thing I didn't admit. Colts are my favorite team, but whoever's playing the Ravens, they're close second, man. So.
Real quick before we roll, talk Orioles real quick. You were saying that you about to leave the Orioles too?
It's going to be hard to financially support them this year because I don't see what it's going in. I believe it took a good friend to convince me about the rebuild because I was the pay. But now at some point, we got to bring these young guys up and sink or swim. Like, I don't care about holding on to them and the financial aspect of keeping them down in the minors so you could have control of them. As a true fan, if the future is in the minor leagues, I'll take the ride down the Bowie and watch the future O's play instead of sitting in Camden Yards.
You ever go to Ripken Stadium? You ever go up there?
Not really, because a lot of the Ironbirds, they don't come up through the chain.
Okay.
So I'll go to Frederick. I definitely have a problem.
I've never been to
ride.
Frederick.
Frederick is a fun ride
Okay.
and a fun time. Bowie, folks, real talk, best entertainment night you can be if you want to see the future O's. So that's where I think I'm going to put my money.
Okay.
And I love the O's, but you're already telling me this spring we're looking forward to 2023, then I can look forward to 2023, and that's how I feel.
And that's not good business sense to already say
They're not saying it, but their actions are saying wait until next year already. So that's all. I don't want.
We'll see what happens because I Mullins. I mean, if we get one guy like Mancini is a true player, if to get rid of him to get somebody you hope becomes him.
The problem with Mancini is he is more valuable to the Orioles on a losing team than he would be to any other franchise.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't mean if that's not enough to have that presence in the locker room for next year, then you're starting to lose me. At some point, if they trade it, and it doesn't say John Means, we can get a lot for John Means. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you trading a face of the franchise, they let Adam Jones walk, who was the face. That hurt me, but I get it.
It's
You're
the way.
younger.
It's the way they.
I wish it would have been more on Adam's terms than it was.
Yeah.
But to let trade, I know they're trading. I know they're going to trade Mancini.
What I hate about their trades, I hate trading a proven player for. I hate prospects.
But the prospects we got from Manny are the ones that are playing in Norfolk.
Mm-hmm.
And the Orioles have the #1 farm system in baseball.
If that's your, but see, I always hear that.
They do.
And then halfway through the season, it's like it changes. It's like
because they shuttle the players up. So when they're dominating at Frederick, they send them to Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
When they're ready to take their lumps to Bowie, they're sending them to AAA.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're not sending the AAAs up to the majors because they want to have control of them. And I 4 years is enough. And I just said.
We'll see. I will pay more since having this platform. I'll pay more attention to what they're doing because like I said,
they're not even paying their broadcasters for road games. They're still calling the road games from the booth at Camden Yards.
Cool.
You don't have to pay them. You're cutting. It's like, come on, guys.
Spend some money.
Spend
some money. That's why I'm trying because in talking to Rock, now this is a good example. Rock should be taking me to the stadiums. All of them. We should be good. We should be at WMEG. Rock, are you
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
I need you focused, Rock. It should be.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, I get it. Right.
It should be the applause. That's what you should be doing, man. Oh, he done shot me too. Or was that a cannon? Was that a cannon?
Boom. I think that was the ELE.
We need that for Yale. I don't know if Yale. Yeah, you had to shoot Yale a couple of times.
Let's talk Orioles baseball. I don't like talking about. I love every local team. We can talk about the Skipjacks. We can talk Hopkins lacrosse. We can talk.
Well, next
the
week,
Baltimore Blast. We don't need to talk about these Ravens.
Next week is opening day, right? Next Monday, opening day. I got Yankee people coming in.
Why?
Supposed to come in. Well, we play the Yankees.
Oh, I'll be calling in. No, because I'll let them know. I'll remind them of the years 1979 to.
Now, normally I don't like going in the past, but for baseball I will.
But that's all Yankees fans do.
Yankees and Steelers is very similar.
We got 27 championships.
Yes.
22 before World War II. Like, that's the stuff I remind them.
They will be in
29 championships.
Next week it's the Yankees, and we have a series against the Yankees Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So that following Monday, like I'm talking trash next week, win or lose.
I'll be on the phone with the Yankee fans to remind them. Like, y'all got pictures with Eisenhower. You don't see any president's pictures with Ford, Carter, Reagan.
Right. How many
Bush.
How many playoff games did they win last year?
The same amount as we did.
There you go. See, I'm all me and you right here for that.
Mike Messina, same amount of World Series rings as me. I love him.
Yep. The one time I got my argument, man, I was like, I'm booing Mike Messina.
I turned my back on Brian Roberts. That was my boo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when he came back for the Yankees, I turned my back on him. And he went into the Oriole Hall of Fame, and I was very upset about that.
No, he should have been in. See, once you retire,
It's not the Hall of Mediocre. It's the
No.
Hall of Fame.
For the Orioles,
He was mediocre for the Orioles.
nah, man.
Okay.
Nah, he was
Let me
not
wrap this up.
mediocre.
He was mediocre.
No. We could talk. We're gonna have to have an
I'm
Oriole
gonna pull
day.
a race card there. He was a good-looking white guy in a town with baseball.
He
They were
was
looking for
He
another
was only
cow.
about 4 feet tall.
Pulling the right race card. They were looking for another cow.
You don't think he was a good leadoff
he
hitter?
was a middle white guy playing middle infield in this town.
You think he was an average second baseman?
He was mediocre. I can name so many Orioles second basemen that were better than him.
So many.
So many.
How many can you name?
Oh, jeez.
How far you gonna go back? 60s? Starting the 60s?
I could go. Well, I'm not gonna go there because I don't think
Bobby Grich?
Bobby Grich was.
Davey Johnson?
Mark Belanger made all of them better.
Well, you said second baseman.
But when you have a shortstop that good,
Roberto Alomar.
Best we've ever.
I agree with you on that.
Best Oreo second baseman.
The best I've ever seen.
I actually like Billy Ripken better defensively than I do like Brian Roberts. Brian Roberts was a good-looking guy that reminded them of their old-time great, in my opinion. So no, turn my back on him.
But you can't name it. So okay. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. Philip Mark, y'all. Please come to the page King Brody and look at all the video he has. I appreciate you, bro. I really do. And Mo, we're gonna get you in here. Steroid King. All right, man. Y'all take care.
Talk about Cal?
I don't know who he talking about.
Oh yeah, we gotta wrap. Yeah, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. We out.
Welcome to Birdland! We ain't finished yet. At the end of the week, it's only pissed off. What you gonna be here for? No weapon. For the get the audience of the cross. We gonna protect this house.
My next guest is a man that's gonna put together some grooves that'll make you wanna move. Put your hands together for Mr.